Oh, y'all know what time it is. It's Tuesday. Where else would we be? We be right here, right? It's what we do. We do this. Every Tuesday we do this. Tuesday. Come rain, hail, sleep or snow. Well, in Florida we don't get all that, but it's some northerners out there that be, you know what I'm saying, down for the rain. Hey, Tasha. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a good conversation tonight. Tonight is a return of the ladies of GA tonight. I have two of the most outspoken and well-spoken young ladies I know, Rich Auntie and my homegirl Tuck. Now, Tuck let me know she gonna be a little bit like, hey, nephew, I see you now. They're doing your thing, child. She gonna be a little like she in that Georgia traffic. Lord have mercy. One reason why I like to visit Atlanta and never move. Why? Because of the traffic. I don't like getting on I-4 when I have to go to work, and I don't have to be working until 11. So, all that other traffic be done dissipated. But, baby, listen. That Georgia traffic, I don't know. I definitely would be working from home if I would lived in Georgia because, yeah. Just a few times I have visited as an adult and had to drive through it. I almost committed homicide. I see why people have road rage, because that traffic will definitely give it to you. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful week since we talked last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was a good show. I enjoyed it. I appreciate Madam Coco for hopping in here with me and talking to me for a little while. I appreciate y'all for hopping in and listening to us talk for a little while. Listen, keep hanging in there with your girl. It's just going to keep getting bigger and better and better and better and better. Listen. I'm going to agree with you on Texas, because I've been to Texas too, and Texas was what they call, first of all, it's why you would live on the equator, I don't know. Like, I thought Florida heat was bad, but Texas, now if I'm ready to lose weight, I'll go to Texas, because you're going to sweat off 5 pounds trying to get to your car, and they drive like a bunch of crazy people. So, yes, I will agree. I would definitely agree with you, sir. I would definitely agree with you. Texas is not the place I want to be in traffic. I just don't want to. Like, I don't like driving, period. But I definitely didn't like to drive there. No, it is two different types of heat. It's hell, and then it's what the hell. That's what it is. Because this is hell. Florida is hell. But Texas is what the hell. All right? So I was a little disheveled, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple things occur this morning. You know how life is. It just, it just happens. And there's nothing you can do about it. Woke up this day, had something on my mind. Just said I was going to do this, do that. But life, just keep on lifing. And that was not what I was able to do. So it's okay. It's all right. We can pivot. I can move around a little bit. It's no big deal. I still made it here. Countdown to Mississippi is in my mind in full effect. I am so excited about the next chapter of my life. I'm so excited about the next chapter of this show. 2024 is when our merch will be available on Lady Kojak on the KojakEffect.com. You can purchase it there. Please support, because if we don't do it for each other, who will? Now, my first guest just entered into the room. She got to make an entrance because she rich and shit. Us poor people, we got to be on time because we can't miss a dollar. But when you got a couple extra dollars, you can just, pop in and fly like you want to. Go on, send your request, Rich Auntie, so we can talk, friend. Yes, go on, send your request. I think that's what I just seen. It was. I have had the week from hell. But you know what, though? I made it through. So what can I complain about? Well, I can complain about it still. I can still talk shit. But at the end of the day, I made it through in one piece. And a few less pieces of hell. I don't got much. But a few pieces that I do have, I damn sure was pulling at them this week. I promise you that. I just think that I'm getting older. I'm getting more set in my ways. So some of the stuff that I had patience for before, I don't have patience for anymore. I just can't do it. Now, Rich Auntie, I just accepted it. This happened last week, too, I think, with Coco. I don't know if you can't get in, if it's not letting you in, try to go out and then try to come back in so we can get this porty storty. Yeah, I'm accepting you, boo. I don't know what happened. Try it again, child. We'll see what happens. Ain't but the devil. Let me say something. That's how you know when you in your lane and you're doing what you're supposed to do, because the devil will always find a way for you not to do it. So it said unable to join. So go out the room, rich auntie, and then come back in and see what happened. Because it just popped up to me. It said you was unable to join, even though I know you was here and ready. We're going to try it again. Let's see. Satan, we rebuke you in the name of everything that love to be holy and true. You're full of shit. You have no power over here. Goodbye, sir. Thank you and good night. I am excited about the weekend. You better put some bells on, bitch. I might have been talking about you behind your back. You just popped in the room. I might have want to talk a little shit before you got in here. I ain't know it was going to accept you that fast. Okay, acceptance.
Yeah, but I'm here now.
You is. You cute too, girl. Hi, cutie.
Hey, girl.
How was your week?
You know, it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, to say the least.
Some people you can't even, have a conversation with. So, I was talking about, lifing or whatever. So, not to be sad, because it just is what it is. I just found out today that my brother is being moved to hospice. I just left the hospital and came back to do is right, because I didn't even know he was in the hospital. Didn't know he was sick. He stayed right here in the same city with me, but he was living with his other sister. And I don't know what it is about people, when people start getting sick and start heading towards the end, they want to lay claim over their whole life and want to dictate who can see and who can't see. Let me just say this, and it's the only reason I brought it up. If your family, your siblings, your mamas, your cousins, your aunties is here, do the best you can to love on them, because you're not promised that last goodbye or conversation. Because my same family did the exact same thing when my daddy died. They didn't call me until he was on his last leg, and by the time I got there, he was already gone. Matter of fact, I never even made it, and he was already gone. So allow people to leave this world the way they lived in this world. If they like to be surrounded by friends and family, then let them be surrounded by friends and family. Just because you don't necessarily agree with those friends and family, that's not your call to make. Not at that time. Now, when it's all
girl,
said and
I
done,
agree.
and you want to grieve by yourself, grieve by yourself. Have that moment, but allow his people to come around and show him some love. I got to spend some time with him tonight. It was some quiet time just between me and him. I talked to him about some things. He's not responsive, of course, but I know that he knows that I was there. So as soon as the show is over tonight, I'm gonna pack me up a little bag and a little lunch, and I'm gonna go on and camp out at the hospital, because it'll be me and Abby in health for the next few days until the Lord see fit to take him to the other side. But if you have that power, don't hold that power over people. Whoever your loved one is, they put you in trust to their final days because they trusted you to do what it is they would want you to do, not what the fuck it is.
They always say, death and weddings bring out people's true
Well,
colors.
then I'm gonna
So,
elope, because I don't want none of this around my wedding. None of it. Because
girl,
somebody gonna get their feelings hurt.
you ain't gotta elope. Just let me tell you something. When God see fit for somebody's son to be like, okay, tequila, this it, this it. Let me tell you something.
That's it.
Unless he wants like a big wedding, because I even asked my mom. I was like, Mom, how would you feel if I eloped? And she was like, I would be devastated, like absolutely devastated. I was like, why would you be devastated? Because that's saving money. Like, if I just go and elope, and she was like, why would you deprive me? So, like, I can't have kids, right? So she's like, you already can't give me no kids. The least you could do is let me be present, if I'm gaining a son-in-law. And I was like, okay, whatever. So in my mind, I was just like,
I hear you, but I don't hear you.
in my mind, I was like, yeah, because I don't like the same thing. My cousin, she was getting married, and you just start seeing, like, even one of my best friends, when she was getting married, she had her, bridesmaids, maid of honors, all that kind of stuff. And just like everything kind of like surrounding the wedding, you start to see how people move and maneuver, and you just like, one of my homegirls, like, she lost friends behind her wedding, and not because the person wasn't a good friend, just like who they really were started to show,
Yeah.
once everything, once it started leading up to the wedding and then thereafter, you know what I mean? It was kind of like almost like, I don't want to say nobody jealous of nobody, but it was getting
They is.
jealousy to
They
me. You
is.
know what
They
I mean?
is. They is. They
So,
is. They is. And you know what's crazy too? Because I want to talk about that too, like jealousy and friendships and relationships. I want to talk with y'all about that tonight. But it's crazy how like people who have known you like your whole life, you know what I'm saying?
hmm
And people who like have seen you at like your best, seen you at your worst. And now, you know what I'm saying, you really like on the other side of things. And Tuck, go ahead and send your request to get in here. And then it just seemed like, like where are you now? Like what happened? Like who's the person I've been hanging with all these years? And it happened to me. I'm gonna wait till Tuck get in here, but it happened to me some years back actually. And I was just like, I was flabbergasted because, they always say, I don't trust nobody completely.
hmm
But you do have those people who've been riding with you for a long time, and you be like, I know this
I
bitch
know
got
this
my
bitch
back,
got my
like
back,
walking,
like
talking.
walking, talking.
Look at you
Look
all in
at
the
you all in
Christmas
the
spirit and
Christmas spirit
shit.
and shit.
I knew you was a
I knew
hoe
you
when I
was a
know you
hoe
was
when
a
I
big
know you was a
hoe
big
hoe.
hoe.
Okay, friend.
Okay, friend. Y'all on? Is she
Y'all
on
on
two
she on
things?
two
Cause
things
she
because she
echoing.
echoing. Yeah, it's echoing.
Yeah, it's echoing.
She say, hold on,
Say,
she gotta
hold
check the
on, she
port
gotta take
coming.
the.
What about now? Nope. She gonna come out and come back in. So it just seemed like to me like this just me personally. I have always been the type of person where I always wanted to be everything I said I was gonna be. And like my word really means something to me. So if I tell you I'm gonna do something, or like I say, I want to do something or whatever, like I'm gonna do my best to make sure I'm there, I'm present, I do what I said I was gonna do. And I think over the years, I'm not perfect. Lord knows I'm not. But I think that I have given it my earnest to be as supportive and be the best daughter, auntie, friend, co-worker, whatever it is that I was to you. So, like, why now and this time? And it ain't costing you no money. It don't cost you no time. If you not really riding with what I'm doing, you could just shut the fuck up. Like, you don't even have to, like, be supportive. But then, bitch, if you can't help me, don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, have y'all ever like experienced that with somebody who you really felt like, like this is my dog. Like this bitch got me like no matter what. And then when like the tables turned, it almost was if bitch you was only my friend because you thought you was doing better than I was. And then as soon as you saw a little traction, then all of a sudden it was a fucking problem. Now I'm no use to you because you feel like I don't need you the way I needed you before. Not that I needed you before, because that's where you fucked up. That's where you fucked up.
I think when people, your friends, start to see that, like, you set goals for yourself, right, or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be, and you're accomplishing those goals, and you kind of like, moving up the ladder in life, and they're still stagnant, it becomes an issue, because then they start to place like these unreal, not really expectations, but these unrealistic characteristics on you, as though you changed. And it's not
Mhm.
necessarily that you changed. I feel like your circumstances have changed, and
Right.
so it's allowed you to step foot in new rooms or be around, a different type or crowd of people than you used to, than y'all used to hanging around. And so now
Right.
you become, oh, you bougie, oh, you too good for this, oh, you think you better than us. And I had to realize, like, somebody told me, I was like, me, I think I'm a regular schmegular kind of girl, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing, I'm not out here with the baddest body, ain't out here doing whatever. But somebody brought something to my attention one time, and they was just kind of like, you really you don't have to have anything tangible for people to be jealous or envious of you for. It can be something as simple as your personality. And my
Right.
homegirl, she was like, Tequila, like, you're the type of person who you can walk into the room and you may not know nobody in there, but you would never know that by the way that you engage with people when you enter into the room or whatever. And so I feel like where other people, even your friends, are lacking sometimes, and you're excelling in those areas, they have a tendency of viewing you differently and not necessarily, wanting to be there to support you, because, it becomes a kind of a narcissistic situation. Like, your friend is the problem, but you're the problem because they have a problem with you. And not that you've necessarily done anything or you weren't a good friend to them. You just, your life, you had the opportunity to change things in your life, to do something else. And so now, instead of them supporting you and still motivating you and pushing you to keep, going upwards, they feel
To the
some
next
type of way
level.
now. Yeah, they feel some type of way now because they still stagnant and they ain't doing shit in life, and somehow that's your fault.
Right. I feel like I done been in that situation a couple times with like just, and it's, it's crazy because it seems like it's mostly my female friends. Like I can't, if I'm being honest, I can't really think of a time with one of my male friends where I felt like, damn, man, like damn, dog, like we not, like I feel like with my male friends, they be
Because
like, all
men
right,
don't be thinking so deep into it.
that,
They be like, "Good
that's
job, Shawty."
probably
Like,
true.
you doing your shit. Like,
That's probably true. That's probably true. I
but
remember.
those are your male friends. You ever been in competition with a spouse that you didn't know that you was in competition with?
That's true. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I think that's very true because I had a friendship a long time ago, and we hung out, had a good time. We didn't go out like often, all the time like that, and I think it was more so just because our schedules didn't allow for it. But when we did hang, we hung like.
Mm-hmm.
If we was hanging, it wasn't nothing for us to go get a hotel room and do it like a staycation, and then go get our nails done or stuff like that. Well, there came a point in time, and I was single, all that time. So there became a point in time where I wasn't single anymore and I was in a relationship. Now, for me, the only thing that really I think for on my part that changed is I wasn't as available for them pop ups. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Because she was used to calling my phone and being like, "Bitch, let's go." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "Hell yeah, let me put my clothes. I ain't got no kids. I don't got to work today. I'm gonna check my debit card." She said, "Go, let's go." And then once I got into a relationship, I remember this one time she had called me and I just happened to be with my significant other, but we was just always together. We weren't necessarily doing anything that particular day. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was like, "Hey, let's go do X, Y, and Z." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Well, I'm up here with so-and-so right now." I was like, "Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call you right back." I really was just calling back because we didn't necessarily have no plans, but I didn't necessarily know at the same time if you was thinking about something, then say something, and I didn't want to say yes. So then I called her back like 10 minutes later. She didn't answer the phone. So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I texted her. I was like, "I'm game, sis. What's up?" Never responded back. So I'm like, okay. Couple days went by, no response. I'm like, nah, bitch, I know that I know what I know that you don't know. Like, I know I'm not tripping right now. Like, I know, like, you know what I'm saying? Camilla, hey, sir, welcome in. But I was just like very astonished. And then when she finally did answer the phone, she was like, "Oh, I was just giving you and your boo some time." She was like, "Because I see that that's where your loyalties lie right now. So I'm going to let you explore that." Wait, did you think I was always going to be your single fat friend? I want nobody was going to ever love me or like want to be with me or like, did you think it was a joke? Oh, she got kicked out. I think it's gonna let her back in. But it was just like weird. Like the whole vibe was just like I didn't even understand why we was ever even having that conversation in the first place. And then for us to have to actually like you be like serious about the conversation, I was like, this some lost her mind. Like so I had to kind of distance myself. My friend Coco said I told you about the regular bitches. Yeah, because it was just like if my friend was single and I knew her heart's desire was to be in a relationship and to be with someone who really like cared for her and motivated her and wanted to see her go to the next level and she wanted to start building something with someone, then I would be 100% for that. Like, what is the problem? There really should be no problem as far as I'm concerned. But you'll find that there'll be people who the whole time, they call them snakes in the grass, or they call them, sheep's and wolves clothes, or wolves and sheep's clothing. Like this be infiltrating your camp. These opt ass bitches. They your friend because seemingly what you got going on is nothing in comparison to what they think they have going on. And then as soon as they see some progression, then yeah, it might be an issue. It's like she said IG on their shit tonight. I think I might just stop. Let me see. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna end this live and I'm gonna oh no, you back in. Perfect. I'm lying. Just kidding.
These hoes is playing. They
Yeah,
don't
they
want
with
to
it.
see. They don't want to see. I don't know
Even
what IG
IG.
got going on.
IG see you be on your shit and they see you be trying to do something with your life and these hating ass bitches want to cut your shit off and make it difficult for your guests to come in.
All I
You see
want to
it?
do is use filters and be bald headed and smoke this little vape pen and talk to my friend. That's
That's
it.
it. Like I
They
would be
be
bald head,
ghetto.
but I'm not cute bald head right now, so we gotta wrap that bitch up until I get to go get my. So I got to think something to do this weekend, so I had to wait so my cut would be extra fresh, because you know them hoes be lurking and they do be watching. They do be watching, but it's just crazy to me. Like even like in the short time that me and you have known each other, if I found out that you was in a relationship and that you was happy, I would be nothing but supportive of that. Like why would you not want to be supportive other than the fact that you angry and miserable? And you know what they say, misery love company. But you and your feelings, like she said, yeah, they get all of their feelings. You and your feelings more than I am about this situation. Like, did you
Right.
want this motherfucker? Because I don't know if it's even gonna work out. So maybe you should try. Like, I don't even know what to tell you, sis. I don't even know how to have that conversation with you or that level of conversation because my mindset has never been in that childish, petty ass place. I've never seen somebody be happy and be like, oh no. Because if you like it,
Right.
I love it. Now, if you my friend and I see red flags,
I'm gonna let you
and
know. But sometimes you even have to be mindful of that because
oh,
sometimes
thank you for saying it.
your friends don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that either. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Like,
and that's not just in relationships, sis. I think that's just in life. A motherfucker don't want to hear the truth, especially when the false reality that they live in feels so good. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I was probably even a victim of myself. Like I'm never gonna just talk, get on this show and talk like, bitch, I never been through nothing in my life so perfect and I got it all figured out. Because it was a time when I didn't have it figured out, and people
bitch, I
said
still
to
ain't got
me,
it
and they
figured
were,
out. And if you listen to my podcast on my page, you'd be like, this girl is crazy. Something is wrong with her.
yeah, it is definitely something wrong with me. That's probably why me and you get along. So there's something wrong with us in the best way possible. Though. We don't mean no harm at all. So the first thing I didn't I want to talk about that, but I didn't want to talk about that first. But since it came up, I just said let's just have a conversation. But I really want to talk about interracial dating. What this is 2023?
I mean, it's basically 2024 at this point,
It
but yeah.
basically, cause my birthday is coming up. Basically, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm super duper hyped about my birthday. First of all, I'm always hyped about my birthday every year. I'm not been hyped the last couple years because my sister haven't been here, and her birthday January 7th, my birthday January 9th, and we got another cousin. His birthday is on the 13th, so we always kind of like do stuff together. Even though they like 7 years, 7.5, almost 8 years younger than me, but they old enough now, and we can all turn up together. Maybe maybe can't turn up as much as they do because them bitches still got knees. I ain't got no knees,
Baby.
so you know. I might go to the strip club, but I can't necessarily hop on a pole like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like I can walk around it real slowly and seductively, and I might can wrap one leg around and make one cheek pop, but I ain't got all that other shit like I used to.
I got a
But
bend over and one little pop. That's all I got for
that's
you.
listen. If
And if I
we
drop down
home,
and these knees bend, then somebody just be there to make sure you can catch my
you
hands and
know what
knees
I
back up.
realized? My sister said I need another job, career change. I hate my sister. She get on my nerves. But you know what I realized is I don't have mega knees if I'm not on the dick. On the
Bitch,
dick.
even on the dick, I ain't got
Yeah, I
mega
got Megan
knees.
knees on the dick because she more powerful than a locomotive and faster than a speeding bullet. So
I
she
got the
pushes
Megan
me through.
twerk. If you from behind, I got the Megan twerk, but
Oh,
I
you got
can't.
that.
Yeah, ain't them knees still ain't me.
So the reason why I want to talk about interracial dating is because it affects me personally, of course. One and two, I'm really, really like surprised and shocked that seeing it is still something that people take a double take at.
It's
Like,
only a double take when it's a black woman and a white man.
thank you for getting there with me. He said them knees ain't near no
No,
more.
them
Hell
knees
no,
ain't
sir, they
in.
not. Respectively. Respectively. But you're right though. That was my actual point. I'm glad you said it. See, that's why I love you. That's why I need you in my space sometimes, girl.
Here
It's
I am.
like, okay, so this is my personal, because you know my boo, he ain't got no melanin, but he got soul, but he ain't
No
got no
melanin.
melanin.
Hmm.
No melanin. Shout out to Troy. Love you.
I'm sick of you.
But everybody is, girl. But like I've noticed that when we go out, and then we don't make it no better because we like to do my sister call it that auntie uncle thing at the cookout because we like to match. If we don't have on like the same outfit, we damn sure got on the same J's or something like that. Like it's always got to be some type of coordination with us when we go out. Like I'll be like, "That's mine. Don't touch it, bitch. You will die." So people like we like to go to the casino. And sometimes I'll play at the tables with him. Sometimes I'll go and play the slots. So I'll probably be way across someplace else. Nowhere his eyesight, me nowhere in his. And then like sometimes if I go to the bathroom, whatever, I always go and check with him and say, hey, going to the bathroom, just checking with you, whatever. I give him a little kiss on the cheek or something. I'm not going about my business. But the looks that we get, it's like it be slash. How the fuck did you grab that ass? And then it be a portion of, oh, he must got a lot of money. He must be caking her ass up. She must get flued out.
I was about to say,
Like,
who got a lot of money? Because introduce me, because I was trying to figure out where they was at. But you was talking about y'all. The edible has kicked in, okay? Don't worry. It's not you. It's definitely me.
but like, why is that still so polarizing for people? Why is it that we just can't happen to be? I actually love each other, actually want to be together. Like, why is that even a conversation in 2023?
I mean, it's just the same thing as like, so, you know, history has proven that a lot of the times when an older gentleman is with a younger girl, he her sugar daddy, right? Same thing
Right,
with a white man and a black woman. Oh, he got money. He her sugar daddy. And sometimes like people just connect, you know what I mean? Like honestly, like my cousin, she tell me all the time, she's like, girl, whoever you settle down with, it's gonna be an old ass man because that's the only person who's gonna be able to deal with you. But I do enjoy hanging around like older gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? So like one of my little friends or whatever, he's not that old, but he looks, you can tell he's seasoned, right?
hmm.
He's got the gray,
Oh
full gray
yeah,
beard, but he's not that old. He just grayed early, right? But when
that's
people
like Cali
see us,
boy.
yeah, when people see us, they automatically assume, that he's this older man, and he dresses. He's a dad. He dresses like a dad. He's an older gentleman. Like he looks like a dad. He looked like he might have been somebody's sugar daddy, right? But when they
He
see
had a
us,
nerve. He has a nerve to dress age appropriately and not try to live in his youth. Got it.
basically, he dressed his age, and so when we go out, like people always be looking like. I mean, I don't think that I look like I'm almost 40, but you can tell like I'm a woman of age, but they still be looking at us like, why the fuck is this
Right.
old ass man with this girl? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, he don't look like my dad, but even my daddy didn't look like my daddy, but he don't look like my
Um,
daddy. So I don't understand like why is it a problem when you see, so it's kind of that same thing, like everybody always has their preset notions. So that's just like if you see a girl who appears to be a stripper, the one with the nice body, pretty face, long weave, and she's with, maybe not so attractive guy, kind of heavy set, but he dresses real nice and all those kinds of things. They probably like, oh, she only with him because he a dope boy, but this nigga really over here a fucking IT computer nerd. He just
right.
dresses a certain type of way. So people just see things and they create their own narratives, and it's always gonna be, it's always an issue.
And
It's
that's
always an
crazy
issue.
too because it's like
Because baby,
when they
interracial is an African dating a regular black person. That's too that's interracial.
when
It's
they was
too
when they was handing out the stimulus checks a couple years ago, I wish they would have handed out a bunch of mind your fucking business.
in a little bit of common sense.
That would be, like that would be right. That would be okay. Let me tell you. So where he lives at, right? It's a very small town. So the airport, girl,
He in
he was
Tupelo.
like, Huh? No,
He
he
in
live in
Tupelo.
Ridgely. It's right outside of Jackson.
Oh,
But
okay.
their airport is super duper small, right?
Hmm.
It'd be like he'd be like, I'm gonna get you to the airport like an hour early so you get through TSA. I'm like, really? I can really get there 15 minutes early and still be an hour early for the plane. Like they have like 4 terminals, okay? Okay. So when I go in, you have to go. I'm always flying out. I believe it's my sister say down
Right,
in the
where the
valley.
girls get
The
naked.
paint. I'm still trying to get him to take me to the paint, bitch. When I get to the
It's
paint, I'm
over.
going live, all the
It's
way
over
live,
here in
bitch.
East. It's over here in
I
East Point.
promise you.
It's over here in East Point, Georgia, girl.
So when I go to the thing, I always end up seeing like the same people. You know what I mean? Because I usually fly in around the same day. I usually fly in around the same time. My schedule is pretty, regimented. So there's like the ticket counter it's always the same black people there. It's an older black man, middle aged black man. He probably like in his late
So
40s, early
y'all only
50s.
got 40, and that's all that matters.
He talking about we have 8. It's just 4 on the south side. Anyway, things that I've never seen, I cannot attest to. But I see them all the time. And so the one, it was a younger lady girl. She was probably about our age, maybe a couple years younger than us. And she was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah. She's like, what you do for a living? I was like, I work for a bank. So she was like, she's like, so you do like a lot of traveling? Because she thought I lived in Mississippi. I was like, no, not for my job. I
Oh,
was like,
because
my
you see the same
fiance,
people all the time.
right. I say my fiance lives here. I was like, so, I'm here quite often seeing him. She was like, ooh, she was like, so you getting flued out. I say, something like that.
I'm
it was all,
flying out.
it was all innocent. So, I left it alone or whatever. So the man never said nothing or whatever. He was listening to the conversation or whatever. The next time I went to the airport, I don't know if he was like heading back from the counter to the gate, but I saw that he saw me when I got out of the car and I hugged and kissed Troy and I went on in. So he was at the actual gate later on, which I normally don't see him that far back. I always just see him at the ticket counter. And you could tell that he was giving me that eye. Like,
Bitch.
thank y'all for all the
Bitch.
followers. I see y'all out there. We love y'all. But it was just weird because he didn't like treat me differently out per se. But you could tell like the wheels went to turning. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even like I think some people don't even realize in their interaction that they interact with me differently now. And they talk to me differently now. And the conversation is different now. Like, I don't know if they expected me to get on the phone and be like, girl, Troy bought me a car today. We in the Tesla vid. Like, I don't know what they expected me to say or what they expected. And then they ask questions like, how is it? They don't like me.
So, do you think that it's
Is he a
necessary?
gorilla?
Do you think that it's necessarily that the conversations and stuff are different, or do you feel like you're subconsciously on the defense about your relationship, and so it has you kind of thinking a way that may not really be the way?
It could be both. Because I have had to be on the defensive. Like I remember my mom has a really, really good close family friend. I call him my uncle. He's been around
You
for
call
years.
her your
I
uncle?
call him my uncle.
Oh, I'm finna say okay.
Well, Shunkle or whatever. But no. And so when I told him that I was, I was dating someone that was, getting married, and he was like, "Oh, okay, what do you do?" So I'm telling him what he do and where he live. Everything was good. He was damn near ready to walk me down the aisle until I was like, "He a white dude," and then the whole conversation went left. I'm like, why was he qualified up until the moment I told you his race, and then as soon as hey Tanya girl, as soon as I told him his race, then all of a sudden that unqualified him to be in a relationship with me. It was just the most oddest thing ever to me. Like, I didn't expect that type of response from him or reaction. But the fact that it's still a reaction from people, I feel like whoever you want to be in a relationship with, that's who the fuck you should be in a relationship with. And I feel like sometimes when, hey boo, you said, hey, oh, you love me too, I love you too, talk your shitty shit. It seems like in this relationship, I feel like I get more intrusive ass questions like what size he is and can he handle it and how he get behind all that? Like, I feel like if I was dating a black man, that I wouldn't have these type of conversations. Like, you might ask me like what side of town he from, what school he went to, who his mama them is, he smoke weed, he got kids, those type of conversations. When I speak up and I have a conversation about my now fiance or I'm asked about him, it's always, well, where you found him at? You gotta do a request. Did you do another request, Rich Auntie? Hold on, let me see. Oh, I got one. Hold on. It didn't pop up for me. It asked me questions then, like, how does he financially support himself? It's just a different type of like questioning I get as soon as they find out that he is Caucasian. But the crazy part about it is, before I met him, I was dating another white man. So it seemed like in my 40s, if it ain't white, it ain't right. I don't know. It's not saying I'm not attracted to black men anymore. I haven't given up on the brothers. I just feel like maybe some
You
of the
just like
questions
what you
I've
like
gotten.
though.
Yeah, I like people though. I've never been the type person to be like, oh, you gotta look like this. I think the only thing I ever requested is you be a fat boy. That's it. I just didn't want nobody too skinny. I tried that. It was uncomfortable. I was like laying on his chest, but his rib was poking me in my ear. I think he gave me an ear infection, bitch. I didn't know what the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. Have you ever dated
Wow.
outside your race?
Te- Technically, no. But I
Okay.
have had a sugar daddy or two in my college year. My first college years, I did have like a couple of sugar daddies or whatever. But
Some of your shit say fat as in. Yeah, it's getting cold too. I need
it
a
ain't never
blanket,
got to
man.
be cold. I don't like them skinny, but I don't want them too big, like too big. The only fat nigga I was like, I love him with his ugly fat ass is Rick Ross. Look at my friend Ashley talking about some Andy because she went with me on one of my escapades to go see the white man when we was in college.
Troy said, "You called me fat." I did, but you like fat-ish, like you like fat adjacent. You're not like,
I like them when they walk around. They got that little belly that poke out, like they got that food,
yes,
but the food
thank
belly is
you.
24 hours. Like I like
Yes,
that. I don't want them like too big. I don't really care for. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a guy who's like fit and in shape. I think that is great that you care about your health so much. However, I don't like feeling like I'm in a goddamn headlock every time when you hug me and stuff because I like tall men too. I just like tall, husky. Like I like it, and I want you to lay on the
yeah.
bed and your belly, like the same way you can rub my belly, I want to rub your belly
Rub your
too.
belly too. Thank you. That's what I say. I feel like I've dated like skinnier men when I was like younger and I was single. I found that like a lot of guys that were like interested in me were shorter than me. I don't know. It's that whole like climbing a tree thing for them with me. It was more so
Well, the
those
average height
men,
of the man, you is the average height of the man at this point in age. And so you can't fault them for being 5'7" because I don't even
I
like them.
can't.
But
My sister, I'm just saying, my whole thing has always been like, I want you to, you know what it is? Because, you know what I'm saying? I've been with men and been with women. I think it's the selfish part of me. I think I want to be with big dudes because they got titties too. So I feel like I'm kind of getting the best of both. No, no.
Rose, no.
I'm just asking.
Because if his
I
titties
want to suck on a
hang,
little titty every once in a while too.
if his titty hang like my titties hang, now that's too big for me.
No,
But
no, no.
but if they
If
if
his
they
titties
stick
hang like
out,
my titties hang, that's a problem. I can take your titties. You got nice titties. Nice titties.
girl,
But
girl.
if they hang like these titties, then that's a woman and
If
she's
he
in
got a
she's
little poke out,
transitioning.
like I ain't gonna lie though, I like him when he's tall and he kind of big, and when I hug him, it's like my head go in between his chest,
That's like that little you like that
his
little titty
chest
nipple to
and
get
chin.
hard on your earlobe. I'm just saying, like he can be. Let's say I don't want a
You
nigga to be
don't have
9 months
titties, Troy.
pregnant, but if
Troy
he
said he don't
like
have titties. He got breasts.
they and they beautiful
Your
little pink
sister said
nipples.
he has some, not the pink nickel. The white men I had talked to in college, they nipples was tan.
Oh no, he pinky in the brain all day long.
Troy,
It's
not you a little
insane.
albino over there.
You know what it is too? I kind of I kind of like the fact that he don't have no booty either. Cause the last few dudes that tried to talk to me, the brothers, I felt like they had just apple bottom booty. Like, why is your
Okay,
booty?
no, I don't
It
want no
look,
apple bottom. What's his
yeah.
name from Tribe Called Quest? And he got like he was real big, but then he lost a little weight. But he got woman hips,
Yes.
baby. That's one thing I can't do. I don't discriminate against a lot, but them goddamn woman hips and a fat ass, I will
Can
not.
I
Cause bitch,
tell
I'm
you?
shaped like a box over here, and you ain't gonna be walking around with a fat ass and hips, and I can't get
Listen, can I tell you? In the state of Mississippi, I think that's like a low key requirement because
hips and a fat
okay,
ass on a man.
yes, girl. Let me tell you, I done seen more hip. I mean, these men. I
Ashley,
just
don't leave. Come back.
no, don't leave, please, friend. Don't leave. We sorry. We not. We gonna attempt to do better. I can't make you no promises. But we went to a football game. We went to a Mississippi State football game. And if you've never been to Mississippi State football, she said, "I know you fucking lying." If you have never been to a Mississippi State football game, it's like the stadium is huge, right? But like where their parking is, it's so far from the stadium. They actually have like buses and shuttles that will come and take you, from your
I
parking to
ain't
bring
going to their football games.
girl. And you don't want to talk about them nosebleed seats we had. Though I appreciate my baby getting them seats, and we had a fabulous time of that game. I just didn't know they ain't had no elevator to get my fat ass up there. About like that third turn, and bitch, I was cramping. Bitch, I was stopping. I was doing my
Did
breathing
you have your
exercises.
inhaler?
I was like, I said, can you go up there and bring me back a hot dog and a soda, and then I'll meet y'all back up there by
My Uncle
halftime, bitch.
Clifford rule number 542: the hips don't lie.
That's my sister. I hate that bitch. She need to come in the room with her aggravating ass.
I hate it.
So when we was getting on the bus, right, or waiting for the bus, like we had by the time we got to the bus stop, it was like a load and a half people who went before us. So we was patient because we was early anyway. But the amount of men I seen with these tight shirt on and they was tucked in with the belt with a big belt
Oh,
buckle
baby, they
and they
country as
hips did
hell.
like this. I was like,
Country as
I'm
hell.
telling you it was a couple of them niggas from the back, bitch. I swear to God, I thought they was a big burly ass stud, bitch. I didn't even know that niggas could have hips. And I don't know if it's the collard greens, the catfish, the cabbage, the chicken and dumplings they
All of
raised.
the above. Not they raising chicken
Man,
and dumplings.
that one dude, he could have put on some lipstick and put a bra on, bitch, and you would have paid for all of that ass. I
Oh
just
my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was just, it's just like, I think like, white men, the ones that I dealt with, not all of them. I can't say this for all of them. I've seen some hips on some, matter of fact, I have a good friend, her husband. I used to tell her all the time to her face, I said, I'm so jealous of your husband hips. Why? Oh, why? When he walked, it was like, that shit was mesmerizing. I was like, damn,
Not
damn.
now he got Twilight
No,
hips.
that white boy was thicker than a snicker. Thicker than a snicker. But I
Okay.
seen a lot of hippie men there. But I like the little couple booty because little booties matter too. Like on the white men I dated, they booty don't start to like the back of their knee. It just ain't the same.
Now I don't need the dad Hal from King of the Hill type flat back ass.
No, you don't
But
need that.
I don't want no bobo. Like I want like that wide receiver booty. Like, you know
Not
what I
the what
mean? Yeah. Like
down
he a
set
wide,
hood.
yeah, like he a wide receiver. Some of that
Well, is
ass,
he a wide
friend.
receiver?
He receiving from the front because that's what I'm giving it. That's what
If
I'm
you catch
giving
my
it.
drift. Oh, okay then. I just think it's crazy that like, because, with me, dealing with
Oh
me, she
girl,
said
yes,
tight
them
end.
tight
I'll
ends
take a
too.
tight end. Tight end wouldn't be bad. Even a center. Not bad at all.
Oh,
Not bad at all.
best one yet. The catchers on the baseball team.
Oh, yes, honey, because they
The right
squat.
behind the
They like that
what?
all day. The whole game they in position.
They got
They ass
good
got to be
thighs. They got good knees and a nice booty.
and stamina. That's a long time to be squatting.
That's a long time. Baby,
Long
you
time.
can lift me up. You can lift
Oh,
me up.
not on the wall, friend. You want to be on the
Oh,
wall?
head upside down and everything.
This motherfucker told me I was offensive guard. I listen.
Not the whole O line. Not the O line.
I'm dead. I'm dead on arrival. It's just funny to me. And the crazy part about it is it's not in Mississippi. It's really here that I get most looks. When we in Mississippi, maybe I just be so oblivious in Mississippi because I be happy to be with him and we ain't seen each other in a couple weeks or whatever. And we still in our honeymoon phase.
Which I would find odd that you feel like in Florida you get more because ain't nothing but interracial everything.
Maybe they scared to say something in Mississippi. Maybe I'm blackity black, and maybe they scared of that.
They said this bitch 6 foot tall. I ain't fucking with her.
I'm not fucking with that bitch. She look like she ready to eat a bitch right now, and I am about mine. Step this way if you want to. You'll wake up dead.
Let me tell y'all something real quick, because I was having me a drink in my little cup. Have you guys tried Taylor Port Black? I didn't even know this existed.
I've never tried Taylor Port Yellow.
Bitch, this is liquor wine.
Not liquor wine.
Liquor.
Now, will you get licked after the wine? Because I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Taylor Port Black.
Give them 2 glasses.
Taylor Port Black. Had it at the crib. Taylor Port Black.
It's 20% alcohol volume. It is strong.
I say it's strong as well.
You can't drink this like regular wine. Like, you got to put it on some ice. You might even have to put a little splash of ginger ale or Sprite or something like that in there. Cause it's strong, but I'm drinking it straight. I'm drinking it on the rocks.
Plus red wine.
I'm drinking it on the rocks tonight, guys.
So I was just kind of perplexed about that. So the other thing I want to talk to you about is baby daddies. Nah, we don't have them. We don't have them.
I got a baby daddy, but I ain't got no kids.
No, that's the best one to have. bestest ever. So I was just, this time of year it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Kids got wants. They still got needs, but they definitely got wants. And if you and your son or daughter's father is unfortunate enough not to be together, there is, always, of course, he probably paying child support or whatever. Like, do you feel like if he pays his child support that when the holiday time comes that's it, that he shouldn't have to do any more, or should that, like, whatever the court say, then that's what it is and they should make it work out? If he send you $500 a month, then if it's Christmas this month, then bitch, get the presents out to $500.
Let me tell you something. I don't look at it like that. Like, I'm not one of those bitter girlfriends who don't want you to do nothing extra for your kids. And I've been fortunate enough to see the good dads in my life, and I ain't gonna call them bad dads, but the dads that can use a little bit more
not as present.
Not even just that, just not a dad, just not being a dad, right?
I almost took a sip of my water. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have spit.
So I feel like my perspective comes from a different perspective, and I'll tell you why after I say why I feel that I feel. I feel that the $250 or the $100 or the $500 or the $1,500 per month that you've been said by the judge, or you and your child's mother have agreed to, this is what said that in order for your child to maintain a normal everyday life in their circumstances, based off of all those whatever they use to determine how much money you owe in the court system, I feel like that's what's needed for daily necessities, monthly necessities, right?
Right.
So your kid got to eat, whether the mama got to eat or not. Your kid got to eat too, because as we see in this day and age, it used to be cheaper to cook a meal and you could feed a family. Shit, now eating out from
it don't even matter. Oh, she froze. She was saying eating out is just as expensive as you cooking, which I agree with. The reason why I asked this question as she reboots and we get her back in here, I don't know what's going on with IG tonight. IG is on some real BS, that's for sure. But I think what brought the conversation up for me is I was talking to a friend of mine about, like, the lack of presence with her baby's father, and like just how unmotivated he is to be a father and to be a role model for his son. and how he thinks that, you know, once he does this, then bitch figure it out. You know what I mean? But
This shit keep tripping. It just keep.
yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you, IG know I'm on the way up. They know I'm about to take the fuck off, and they're gonna
They
do
know we
whatever
was about
they
to
can.
talk about some good stuff over here. But
We was, cause
what I was
niggas is
finishing
trifling.
what I was finishing saying is I look at it like this. So this guy who I met in my 20s or whatever, he was like 10 years older than me. He had a little girl. Him and the baby mama, they were never in a relationship. They was just friends who fucked on occasion, right? She ended up getting pregnant. Boom. Well, she was a little bit older than he was, and so she had like two older kids or whatever, right? So when I met him, his daughter was literally like 6 months when I met him, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
normally don't talk to dudes who got kids that young, but it just worked out or whatever. But like he used to do everything, like he would take care of because the older two kids, their dad was a
Not
deadbeat.
around.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
so like, his whole mentality was if my baby mama's not straight, my kid is not straight. My kid is my first priority. So I'm going to always make sure that she is straight. And if making sure that she is straight means that I have to do for the other two kids as well because they daddy not around, I'm going to do that too, right? And so whenever she needed money, like even they just had like an agreed, they didn't have a court ordered child support
Right.
arrangement. They just had an amount that they agreed or whatever. But he's always looked out for his child regardless, right? So he paid his child support and then even anything in between. And it's just because I understand that there are mothers who take that child support, right? And they spend it on getting their weave done, every month, or they
They
nail
do.
and toe bill, and the kids be walking around with snotty nose, dusty clothes, and all that other kind of stuff. So I think the extra is kind of subjective, right? So if you paying your child support and then every week, your baby mama, she needs some more money for this, she needs some more money for that, your child don't need all this shit. Now,
Right.
as they get older, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might be in like, AAU sports. So you got fees for the sports team and things like that. Or the little girl
Right.
might get into cheerleading or have track. So I understand like your daily necessities during certain times of the year, extra money is gonna have to be paid, but your child ain't doing shit January through fucking December every fucking year on top of what you already sending. So that's why I say
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of subjective, but I would never tell my dude, oh well, you paying X amount of dollars a month for child support, so why you gotta buy them Christmas gifts as well? It's just like somebody saying I take you out every week, so why I gotta take you out on your birthday? What's the difference? You know what I mean?
Put this my motherfucking birthday.
But it's Christmas for them kids.
Exactly. Cause see, my thing is this: the conversation was like, oh well, he feel like, he sent me child support or whatever. And the reason why we had the conversation is because I was watching a podcast last week and they were talking. They had showed a clip of it was a video from another podcast, and one of the girls on the podcast was talking about, oh, if my baby daddy send me $500, for our child, but I don't, the child good, the bills paid or whatever, I'm going to buy a wig with that money. And she was like, her mentality was kind of like, I'm paying myself back for all the stuff.
For being a mother,
That was my point. That was my point. How do you pay yourself back for like just throw your whole uterus away? If that's the way you feel, then just throw your whole uterus away. Like you don't really need it. You don't really like you out here having babies for cash. If that's the case, I think that if now there's a difference. If you know that financially he's able to give the child support, but it doesn't leave him much else after that because he having a rough time. If the holidays come around and he can't do much more, then I can understand that. But I don't. I think child support is for the child. But I also think that birthdays and everything else is special. It's just like you said. It's like just because you took me out to eat Friday and Saturday, well, my birthday Monday, I'm expecting you to do something for my birthday on Monday. Like, we went out Friday and Saturday because we was hungry. We going out tonight because we hungry and it's my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
hello.
Like, you want somebody to acknowledge you. So I'm not saying you got to go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your kids, after child support. But I do think there should be, like, an understanding. And that also go back to be careful who you sleep with. Because had you been more mindful about who you was giving your mega needs to, and your sloppy joppy 3000, the guac guac, then maybe you wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place because maybe that would have been your husband or that would have been a present father inside the home. But sometimes or oftentimes when you having these type of struggles, it's because there was some breakdown in how the thing started off in the first place. It started off on some creep shit, and then oops, here came the baby.
Well,
Nobody was really
sometimes I don't
looking for
see
that.
some, but I don't see some instances where the baby mama was cool. Even after they broke up, she was cool. But as soon as he got with somebody else, shit changed. So as long as he was single and they was broken up, then everything was gravy. You know what I'm saying? And then
Well, y'all should say that mom's request because 9 times out of 10, she not doing what she's supposed to do with the dough. And then she also said if the dad gets gift, then he does. But mama and children shouldn't have to beg for nothing. That's true. But at the same time, I agree
if
with she
she
saying because
misusing if she misusing the money, then you the reason why this nigga don't want to pay. Because like I said before, if I'm paying you $2,500 a month, right? Ain't shit my goddamn 3, 4, 5 year old need that's
right,
costing $2,500 a month. A
right.
month. Because they don't eat nothing but fruit snacks and chicken nuggets. It's not costing you $2,500 a month. After school care not costing you $2,500 a month. And if we
Did you
put them
see
in,
that video? It was a while back. This was a few years back. It was a video that was going around. It was a girl, not a girl. I shouldn't even say that because she was a grown woman. But she was talking about, she wasn't with her child's father. She had, they had moved on or whatever. But I think his child support order was for him to pay her like $60 a month or something like that. They had the baby was a toddler, right? So then fast forward, the guy got a better job. And her friends were like, girl, you need to take him back to back down to child support so you can get that readjusted now that he making more money. And she was like, for what? He give me $60 a week. With them $60, I can buy a pack of Pampers. I can get him a couple of outfits from Walmart or maybe a pair of shoes if he needed. But right now, at 3 years old, past that, like, how much am I really spending on him? I'm assuming she had childcare or something else already locked up because childcare is very expensive. I can understand that.
mm-hmm.
But I think that we put ourselves in these situations and then we ended up putting our kids in these situations where it just continues a cycle. Because you slept with a dude who you knew nothing about or not enough about that you should have put yourself in a situation where y'all could start a family, first of all. Then y'all start a family, and now the honeymoon is over, and now he treating you like he always was gonna initially treat you anyway, and now you mad because he not Cliff Huxtable. Well, he wasn't Cliff Huxtable when you was dating him, but because he was bluing you out or he was giving you money or taking you shopping, it was fitting all the criteria of what you was looking for in that time. But then you mess around and got pregnant, and now he your baby daddy, and now the relationship has flipped because you're not getting those things from him that you was getting from him, and now you seen another side of him because he didn't necessarily want to have kids with you or want to be in a relationship, but neither one of y'all did what it took for y'all not to have kids together either. So I think it was Ayanna back in the day, or no. It was what's her name? Judge, was it Judge? It was either Judge Tola or Judge Maybelline. He used to say, "Think deep before you leap." Do that, cause then you won't have those issues in the background. Cause trust me, I probably could have had a baby from a couple niggas that big. It wasn't gonna be it. Now, Lord saw fit not to let that happen. Thank you, in Jesus. But we put ourselves in situations and then get pissed off about it later on when it don't work out the way that we planned it or we thought it was gonna work out.
I had 3 Negroes tell me they intentionally tried to get me pregnant.
Ooh,
And I said, well, the first
I
one
just
I
feel my
asked,
uterus shift to the left.
the first one I was like, no, why would you do that? Because he was like, I don't want you to ever think you gonna get rid of me. I don't care if we break up. So I know if we got a kid together, we'll always be a part of each other's lives, one way or another, because we got a kid together. I said, so that's kind of psychotic. Like, you rather create another bill just to make sure I don't never leave out your life. Noted. Okay, that was the first one. The second one, I was in
I
college.
would have ran.
We broke up.
I would put my shit in sport mode and
We was
ran.
already broken up when
Oh,
he
good.
confessed that he tried to intentionally
Oh,
get me
so it was
pregnant.
after the fact.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then this other dude who I used to mess around with when I was in college, he was a real street nigga, and he used to pull up on me on a little college dorm campus and everything. And we was talking. He was locked up for a minute, and when he was in jail, you ain't got time nothing to do but to think about shit and talk. So we was talking one day, and he was like, "Man, you know how many times that I had done pulled up on you at your school, and I intentionally like I wanted you to have my baby." And I was like, "Why?" And he was just like, "I don't know, like it's just something about you. Like I know you would be a good mother, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "But why would you just want to intentionally get some
Right.
like again? Why you want to create another bill when we don't need that? Because
I'm in school. You
you
on
you in the streets,
probation.
right? You in the streets, all this other kind of stuff. Like why would you want to do that? Because while I'm not gonna quit school because of no baby and you, so you gonna have this baby, y'all gonna be in a trap together. Is that what you want to teach your child? Because this is your child at this point. Like you decided you and the child gonna be in a trap together. So
I'm
then
dead.
the third
I'm dead.
one, the third one was just like this one's a little bit more recent. The third one was like, what did he tell me? He was just like, I think we just have a pretty baby together. Like, I really, really like you. And I was just like,
Fuck
well, why?
is that? That's
Just
not no
because y'all just
guarantee.
liking people, y'all just want to nut in them and create another bill. Like, I'm thinking about if any man ever was to get me pregnant, let me tell you something. This is your child. This is your child. So I want you to make sure you have the crib at your house. Put me on child support. All
Please.
those things because you did this. You
You
wanted
asked
this.
for it.
You wanted this, especially when you tell me you intentionally, this is definitely yours.
Absolutely.
Definitely yours.
It's gonna be how they say mama's baby, papa's baby, but you definitely gonna be yours, boo.
Daddy's baby, mama's
Listen,
baby.
I'm with you when you're right. I feel like, I done had a dude like in the middle of sex tell me I want you to have my baby. And I told him I want you to get up. And not get up, get the fuck up. Cause your mind in the wrong
Expeditiously.
place. Wrong place. I had a dude that, matter of fact, we never even slept together. He just liked me for a very long time. And like, it wasn't that I didn't like him. It was just that every time we would like reconnect or run back into it seemed like I was already in a relationship with somebody else or talking to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with him. I was at the Magic Mall one day, and I ran into him. And he was like, man, he's like, what you up here doing? I was like, trying to get my screen on my phone fixed, yeah, whatever. So I was like, who you up here with? He was like, man, I'm here with my chick. So I'm like, oh, okay. So a little boy came around the corner. He might have been like, maybe like 7 or 8. And I didn't know you had a son. And he was like, yeah, because he had moved out of state. That's how we lost contact that time. He had moved out of state. He was like, yeah, he's like, as soon as I touched down, he was like, I hopped in the first thing smoking and boom. I was like, well, congratulations. It was a nice looking young man or whatever. He gonna look at the boy and tell the boy, this girl who should have been your mama. I said, no, the fuck. Why would you say that, sir? That is not okay. Like, no, no. The little boy was so confused. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Thank God the man at the phone booth was like, hey, I can't fix your phone, or it'd really be cheaper for you just to file the insurance on it and I can get the fuck up out of there. Because at that point, I was so uncomfortable, I didn't even know what the fuck to say. Like, key, like, we playing along. Because, eventually this little boy going to go back home. And when he go back home, he going to tell his mama that he was out with his daddy, and his daddy seen a lady, and then his daddy said this, and the lady said that, and I don't need the bitch looking for me or nobody else in my family behind some bullshit you said. So I was just like caught off guard. I wasn't ready. Like, I really was not. I was not not
Dead.
ready. Then I
Dead.
had one dude, my ex, like, we never really talked about having children. We never did anything to prevent it. But every time, like, I would be like, my stomach hurt. I'm kind of tired today. I don't know why I've been so tired lately. Cause you pregnant.
Why
Wait.
are you so excited about that though, sir?
Are you
Why?
like what? I said no. I said I think my stomach hurt because I haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm just hungry. You ain't hungry. Or don't eat something in front of them and it be something like you really enjoying and you might necessarily like eat a little bit more of it than you normally would. Then it was you dancing like you over there eating for two. No.
Not you just had the boo boo and he's talking about you pregnant.
I was like, or like sometimes he'll be like feeling my stomach and he'll be like, it feel a little firm. Yeah, bitch, because I just ate.
Bitch,
I
I'm
just
gassy. I'm bloated, okay?
or we'll be in the middle of having sex and he'll be like, damn, that pussy feeling pregnant. How? How, Sway? How?
You feel a
I
little something tapping the top of your head? You feel a head
I'm
tapping your
listen, I'm
head?
telling you, if you could wheel a baby into somebody, that motherfucker was trying to wheel a baby into my womb. I was like, I'll be like, no. Every time we got ready to have sex, I'm like, hold on. He be like, what you doing? I'm like, I go to the bathroom. He's like, why you always gotta pee before we go to the bathroom? I say, because I be pulling my uterus out because I know you are plotting on her and she's not with it right now. The answer to that
I
question is no.
remember one time a guy had told me, like, we had just finished having sex or whatever, and I had laid there for like a second, and I was like, all right, I'm about to go to the bathroom. He's like, why you want to go to the bathroom? I'm like, because I need to go to the bathroom. Like, can I go pee? And he was like, no, let's let it sit here for a second. No, bitch, we ain't sitting nowhere for nothing. That's how yeast infections and bacteria and stuff get in your coochie.
I
Like,
gotta
no,
get
I
up
gotta
and
go
pee.
pee.
Gotta go
Go
pee.
clean myself off.
Yeah, that's nasty. Get your
You
ass away from
ain't
me,
get
sir.
these little
Oh, I'm
extra little
sorry, y'all.
things
My comments
sitting.
had paused because Instagram doing some bullshit. It's been a whole bunch of comments I missed. I'm so sorry, y'all. So sorry, so
Instagram,
sorry.
Instagram is tripping
Yeah,
tonight.
Instagram is definitely tripping. The last one I just seen, Dookie just said, "Let it marinate." If we let it marinate, Dookie, then all we're gonna be doing is financing your abortion clinic business, and I ain't got time. So
Cause
no, I'm not
I'm
letting shit.
having the babies. I'm not getting them. I'm having them and I'm giving them out to the daddies. This is yours. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, birthday, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy MLK Day, Happy
What
you used to be in the streets Day, because this is yours.
to my period? I hate him. So now let me ask you this question. Hey, friend. He told me bring a hanger. Bitch, I'm gonna bring a rope for your ass. So let me ask you, so because you're single
Mm-hmm.
by choice, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but I was single before this by choice. So let me ask you this: at this now, with just the world being what it is, do you think that, and yourself included, could be, um, do you think that you stay single because you protecting yourself? Do you think you're single because maybe you're not emotionally ready? Maybe you're a little shut down on some things, not open to it. Like, do you think the next relationship you get into is going to be one of a difficult path because of your past? Like, has your singleness and seeing the bullshit and then being in past relationships and seeing the bullshit firsthand, has that jaded you and made you maybe a little emotionally unavailable, which is still maybe part of your singleness now?
I think that it's a combination of several things. So, like, number one, I'm a Virgo, so I seek perfection where perfection doesn't exist, right? So in my world, in my Virgo world, um, there's a perfect world where people know how to communicate effectively and answer questions and not, be selective in their responses, or just know how to be a selfless human being. So in
Right.
my perfect Virgo world, that person exists. But my thing is, one, recognizing that in my mind, things that may sound like simple or easy is not the same to everybody else, right? So I've also fallen in a space of content. So I've been single for so long that I just like I like being by myself. You know what I mean? Like I like being able to choose when I want to deal with people and when I don't want to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I tried to, like when I was dating before, and you know how guys always were like, oh, you know, women be so clingy. I want to be able to go hang out with my boys. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like I want to have my own life and her not be so caught up in my life, you know, and I can't do, you know, they can't move like how men want to move. And then when you get a girl who move how you move, then it's,
That's the problem.
oh, what you doing out there in these streets? Or you ain't called me all day. Like, bitch, you text me 8:30 this morning. You said, good morning, I hope you have a good day. I called you while I was on the way to work. We ain't gotta talk no more. We gotta talk no more today. Like I talked to
That's
you.
why we so you a thug. You such a thug. Like you thugging it. That's why I asked you the question because we done had similar conversations before, and you said you eventually, even though they have the same conversations, all them roads lead back to that statement right there. That statement right there. That's why I was like, is my
I'm a
friend a
real
little
nigga.
jaded about this shit? Like, cause don't get it twisted. When I met Troy, I definitely was not looking for a relationship. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
very honest. I was in a point in my life where I was like, I'm not gonna be out here just fucking out of both pants legs. But if I'm interested, yeah, I'm definitely shooting my shot and going for it. And I don't really want any connection with that person in that way. It's just gonna be a physical manifestation of what I need to happen and what they may possibly need to happen, and that be it. Like I'm okay with us being cool. We might be able to hang out here and there or whatever. But as far as like going out on dates and like having constant conversation, like my mindset wasn't there. Like I was good on all of that. I was still like doing me. And then I met this dude, love you, bud. He like totally disrupted like all of that. And like everything that I said that I was not and was not going to be and did not want to be, I find myself being a willing participant in the bullshit. Like all I
See, that's not the
hate
case,
Dookie.
right?
I can't even think straight around him sometimes.
Because he need help. That's not
God,
necessarily the case because when there's somebody who I like, right, that I like really, really like, I am like how they be like, y'all girls out here trying to be the alpha female, y'all need to get in y'all soft life. Like I'm the ultimate soft life girl when there's a guy who I like, baby, I'm cleaning, I'm sucking, I'm fucking, I'm cooking, I'm rubbing bellies, I'm fixing plates, I am scratching backs, I'm
mm-hmm.
sucking daily, like I'm doing all the things that I was like, that nigga ain't deserving. I ain't cooking no
Yes.
motherfucking meal. So I just feel like it takes the right person to put me, it's really getting myself into that submissive state. So when I find that guy
Yes.
who makes me comfortable and I'm just like, okay, let me treat him like he's Prince Harry over here so that, you know, he ain't got to go talk to Keisha, Isha, Lisa, Mia, and Kim, all them girls. So, you know,
See, I feel like even like Troy is very affectionate, right? But I feel like even with me being with him, it's made me realize levels of affection that I didn't even know I had. Like if we lay in the bed and we cuddle,
girl,
if
you
he
said a
moved,
word.
I'm like, where you going? Like hold my hand while we sleep. Like
Troy, bye. Troy, bye. So it's funny.
I'm just like all over it. I'm good. Like why you not
It's
holding my
funny that you
hand?
say that. It's funny that you say that because I hate PDA. Like, I really hate PDA. Like, anything more than a hug, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know about this. Like, this just feels so weird. Like, everybody's watching us. Hey, Didi. Like, Didi, we need to do a makeup live together. But whenever I am in public and like somebody be trying, like the guy be trying to hold my hand or he want to kiss me and stuff, I just be like awkward. Like everybody's watching us, right?
You
So
so kitty.
I know, right? But there's a little person that be around at sometimes or whatever, and I feel like things I be doing him like we'll just be standing there talking or something. He'll just start kissing me on my face, and like people will be around. I'm just like, oh. Look at him. He kissing
Oh,
on me. Look, he kissing on me in front of the people and stuff. Or like we'll be together and like he always makes sure like he touch me in some kind of way, or he up on me like he's very touchy or whatever. And then like normally that's not me at all. I'll be like, get the fuck on. Like why you kissing me? Like they see us. Stop. Like, ew, why is you doing that? And so I really just think it's the right person because I don't even, The most I do, like, well, when I start drinking Hennessy or something like that, like I go sit on your lap and shit because by that time I'm ready to go. And you already know, like I'm ready to go. So I'm real friendly,
I'm taking a
real
seat here, but
friendly,
I really be taking a seat someplace else. Can we leave now?
real friendly.
So let me get it straight. So Black Hennessy, no Taylor Port, Black and Hennessy. Check, got it. Okay, next. I got you. And no, Dookie, ain't nobody finna squeeze your cheeks. The answer is no, Dookie.
I know
No,
somebody who'll squeeze your cheeks, Dookie.
no.
It ain't me though.
Oh.
I got somebody for him though.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe we can have a dating show. Wait a minute now, Jesus. Let me find out y'all out here hooking up on the outside of the group chat. Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just think that, like you said, I think that when you get with a certain person, it'll kind of bring that out of you because I'm I found if I really be realistic about it, I probably have been more affectionate with my friends and my homegirls than I have been in my last couple relationships. My last one, that was kind of like forced because it was just kind of so much toxicity. It just didn't really allow you to be in that, that realm. But I also kind of take offense to the fact that, a lot like that's like become a big topic. Like your masculine energy or you being on your alpha energy and you having to be so masculine. I don't necessarily think it's us being masculine though. Like if I'm changing my own tire, bitch, I don't want to change my own tire, but anybody else around here to do it, so I gotta do it. I'm not being masculine, bitch. I'm being resourceful and I need to get some shit done. It's not about me being masculine because I know what I want, I know who I am, and I stand on that, and I'm not gonna take no more shorts from you niggas or you white people, or you Spanish people, or you Indian people, or you hoes. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not masculine for doing that. I'm actually more feminine because I'm acting like a lady and I'm not cussing you bitches out left and right.
Like a
And I'm not putting
lady.
and I'm not putting myself in situations where I have to like buck up on a bitch. Now that's masculine. When I was in a club, bitch, and I was slanging my dreads and I was jumping on niggas left and right, that's when I was in my masculine energy. Now all I want to do is just be able to be firm and be stern on what I say, and you respect that and respect me in that realm, and not try to take me out of that. Because you trying to put a label on me being solid about my shit is offensive. Because when I come to your house and your apartment clean and you got groceries in your refrigerator and your drawers is washed and put away, I'm not saying you in your feminine energy. Why is it that when women do things that I guess that seem aggressive, then all of a sudden we're in our masculine energy? But when men actually handle their business, wash their drawers, brush their teeth, don't have their mama come to do their laundry, know how to cook a decent meal for somebody, that's just him being an all-around man. He's a man. Oh, that's a good one. But if a woman finds a way to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, then all of a sudden she has to become masculine. There's nothing. Yeah, they have a serious issues, Troy. Serious issues. I mean, we've been volleying back and forth all night. But there's nothing masculine about a woman who is okay with stepping up into up to any situation and being able to handle it with grace and dignity and not have to necessarily be masculine about it. I think it's so always me and my fiance, we have conversations about people who are just necessarily like, not being able to sit down and have conversations because nobody wants to listen to it. But it's like nobody wants to hear the woman's side of it. Like, I'm not masculine because I do this or do that. And you're not feminine as a man because you do this or do that. You just doing what needs to be done at that moment. If you're a single father and you have a daughter, you're going to have to learn how to put her hair in a ponytail at least. At least you get her to the shop to get her hair done like it's supposed to. Doesn't make you feminine. That makes you doing what you have to do as a man. Me as a woman, if I'm a single mother and I have children and my children are boys and I have to teach them how to tie a tie, or I'm at every football practice, or I know all the plays in the football book. I'm not stepping into my masculine energy. I'm stepping into my mama by myself energy, and I got to get it done. I don't have time to wait for somebody to decide they want to step up for me. I have to show up for myself every day. But every time you show up and open your mouth, you either an angry black woman, bitter, or you in your masculine energy. And I'm so sick of that shit. The only thing masculine about me is this motherfucking goatee, and I keep that bitch beat, so you'll never see that hoe. You got me fucked up. Sorry.
Because maybe my beard grows in strong.
It does. The only person see it is my man, because he catch me before I get in the bathroom.
I don't
That's it.
I don't know, that whole masculine energy shit. I just feel like that's something that one of these podcasters came up with on the Instagram, and
The
now
Insta.
everybody's on this whole masculine energy, masculine energy. Um, I agree. It's kind of like what you said, like some shit that you got to do, you just got to do out of survival, right? Because if that tire needs to be changed, are you just going to sit on the side of the road for 6 hours because that's the next time somebody can get to you? Or are you going to figure out how to change the goddamn tire? Like, bitch, we still got to survive with or without you, right? Because
Yes.
even if I was with you, if something happened, if something was wrong with you, you sitting up here, you just had a surgery, you can't move, you can't walk, you can't drive, you can't do nothing. And if that tire need to be changed and they can't get me for 6 hours, you want me to sit on the road, on the side of the road for 6 hours because you can't come to me? Or you want me to figure out how to do that shit and get my ass home? Because what is it now? I think the angry black woman thing and masculine energy, they can tie into the same, but it's still kind of separate. I think the angry black woman thing comes with tone and delivery.
Tone.
Tone and delivery,
Tone.
because I can say,
No
so
damn tone.
Karen can come over and say, hey, that shirt that you have on, it's very nice, but we're just gonna have to, ask you not to wear that to work anymore, just per policy. And then you're gonna have Kenya, who's gonna come over. Ma'am, did you not read the policies on what we can and cannot wear to work? Because it's highly inappropriate what you have
It's
on.
funny because it's true.
But both of them saying the same thing. It's just
Right.
one was, the delivery was different. That's just like, I was talking to somebody. I think it was it yesterday? Or maybe no, it was on Sunday. It was on Sunday. We was having like a little game night, and my friend, he asked me, one of my guy friends, he was just like, what I've noticed is that, he was like, I don't like to label our people, but what I have noticed is that black women, a lot of the times, like when they're in unfavorable situations, it's always so much aggression that comes from them, which makes it hard to, solve the issue at hand. It turns into something bigger than what it is, because it's like black women are always on the defense. And I was like, I
Right.
get what you're saying, because just being a black woman and having to deal with other black women, like, I noticed it. I'm not gonna say I'm not guilty of it, but I've seen just how we are for no reason. Like sometimes if you go into like a fast food restaurant or a little store or something, and all the employees are black, right? You walk up to the counter, if Tia and Erica over here having a conversation, they gonna finish their conversation before they come to the register to take your order or to check you out. Whereas when Erica and Lisa over here are working, they see, they're like, oh, okay, we'll catch up later. Just like
It's the Lisa for
simple
me.
things. You know what I'm saying? It's little simple things, and I hate that we're like that, and we're always having to be on the defense, and you know, rightfully so, having to be on the defense quite often. I think that it kind of puts us in a space to where no matter what we say, how we say it, or how kind we try to be about it, people are
Mm-hmm.
always going to take it as, oh, she's just an angry black woman. Oh, she's always complaining. You know what I mean? It can't never just be like, just like how got people be like, oh, black men can't cry because, oh, he a bitch if he crying or whatever. No, it's the same thing. Like, a black woman can't come to you about what's wrong with her or express her feelings without you thinking she nagging or she mad about something or she an angry ass
And I'm
black
not.
woman. It's
And
never
I'm not.
like, no, bitch, you 2 seconds from getting murdered, and I'm trying to have a conversation with you about it, and you want to take me
So
there.
Tanya from Talk Your Shit said, I think men need to take accountability for making women angry versus talk about the anger they cause. Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, I know everybody may not agree and we might get some split decisions. You can come in the comments with it if you feel differently. I personally think that the black woman has the hardest plight in all of America, in all of the world, in all of the nation. Because we had to birth the nation. Without us, there would be none of us. One. Two, then after we birthed the nation, then you enslaved us and made us continue to nurture your family and still had to try to figure out what I was going to do with mine if you had sold them off and threw them across all kinds of parts of the world, which I probably may have never seen again. So society has raped us. Society has robbed us. They have stripped us. They have tried to take our DNA and replicate it so many times. Every time you turn on TV, we being appropriated by this or by that. It's just crazy to me how like the vision of a black woman in some circles can bring up so much bitterness and hatefulness and hate towards, but at the same time you secretly are worshiping us. So we constantly have to be on a swivel. We can't trust white men, we can't trust white women, we can't trust black men, we can't trust black women. Everybody feels like they wants a piece of us, but nobody really seems to be like holding their hand up and saying what they have done to us. So the anger that we have sometimes, as you all say, as black women, it's just frustration. It's just being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like
But
I'm
who
tired
starts
of
to
the
change
bullshit.
that narrative? Who starts to change that narrative, right?
We do.
Because even if we got to start within ourselves, right? It's just like when people be talking about, oh,
Exactly.
black on black crime, blah blah blah. But we can't be so hard on ourselves. And what I can appreciate now is that, just as many women that are tearing each other down, you also see, just as much women who are also like, oh, how they say how black people come, okay, shirt, okay, bitch, you got them lashes, them brows, like, in the midst of some, while she telling you all that, I'm pretty sure somebody over here who said that bitch thinks she cute. She got that long ass 30-inch weave in her head. That hair probably this, that probably that. All that bitch probably, she probably can't even pay her bills because she da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we're, even while trying to uplift, you still battling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard, but starting with little simple things, within ourselves, right? Because I'm grateful that I have a friend circle where if I'm out of hand, them bitches be like, you know what?
You out of pocket.
You showed your ass today. You showed
Run
your
that back.
ass. And we finna talk about it, and I'ma disagree. I'ma fight. I'ma argue. And I'm be like, okay. But I feel you though, I
Not me, bitch.
appreciate
You got
you.
the wrong one.
Right. Like, I appreciate you for pulling me on my card, right? Because I feel like as my friend, we should be able to have, just as much as we he and ha ha, we can have those uncomfortable situations about, hey, you need to get your shit together because you're not gonna be out here showing your ass the way you showed your ass today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
check me, and I appreciate that we can do that to each other. And after it happens, it's not, oh, that bitch didn't have my back, or she ain't have my side, or she don't nobody say nothing when she be doing, blah 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 blah. Like, it wasn't a, yeah, I did it this time, but you be doing, X, Y, and Z. So learning how to take accountability with oneself can start to change that trajectory. But you can't, the past is the past. You can't change what's happened in the past, what's happened in history. But what you can do is decide how you're gonna switch yourself up so that you don't continue to fall into that same bucket of characteristics that they placed on this one group
On
of
you.
people, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how intelligent, how beautiful, how ugly, how smart, how many degrees you have, how many kids you got, you always in this bucket and generalize with this these certain characteristics always hanging on your head, uh, no matter what you do to
Right.
change, the trajectory of your life to become a better person or whatever the case may be. But as more of us start to do that and learn how to communicate amongst ourselves, then you know what I'm saying? We can't always be looking at it as that's my family, so me and my family beefing, we beefing, but I ain't finna let nobody else beef with them, because
Right.
if we, you know what I'm saying, we can't keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Hold them motherfuckers accountable the same way, and
Right.
treat me the
Let me
same
tell
way
you
you want them
something.
to treat me.
Tanya said, now we have to push past our emotions and then cater to others because we can't be angry, and then we can't be angry either. And my thing is, like, this in my relationship, this in my friendships, this go from my mama on down. And anybody who know me in like real life will tell you, yeah, bitch, you try me, I'm probably gonna get your ass together right then and there. Now, I'm not going to be disrespectful depending on the situation and depending on the thing. Now, I might give you the opportunity to get pulled to the side so you don't get embarrassed, you know what I'm saying, in front of everybody else. But you better believe if you say some shit or you do some shit that I don't like, yeah, I'm probably going to be, because you know what, at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes people do stuff intentionally and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's unintentionally. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you didn't mean to hurt my feelings, or you didn't mean to make me feel some type of way about what the fuck you said or how you said it. So I'm gonna give you the chance to do better. Now you know how I feel about it. Now the next time we have to have this conversation, now it's a different level of conversation, but we do absolutely have to hold people accountable, because at the end of the day, like, my peace is worth everything to me. And I can't allow you to keep coming in my circle and keep affecting my peace and think it's the fuck okay. Because if I let
Right.
you keep doing it, then you're going to keep doing it. And then now, like Tanya said, I'm steady suppressing myself, steady suppressing myself because I don't want to be that person. This happened to me actually at my last place of employment. My boss outright hated me. When I say hated me, because there were some things that I had did at that job that Lord knows I shouldn't have. I got into a fight a couple times at work in the parking lot, but I never got written up about it. And I did try to run a bitch over with my car. But
So you wanted to go to
when that
prison,
happened,
okay?
I couldn't put my hands on her because I was pregnant at the time, so I couldn't fight, but I could bump this bitch with my car, right? So this happened way before this director came to this building. He didn't even live in this state. By the time he got here, rumor mill, people go to talking, da 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 da. And so he was like, you know, I feel like you're a bad seed. I feel like if I get you out of here, then we get the rest of these to get in line. And then even after I stayed, because I was there like 11 years, even after I stayed at the company, I remember there were several times where he'd be like, hey, he would call me in his office, like, hey, I need you to do so-and-so because we need to get this little group in line. I'm like, get the little group in line? There were a bunch of grown-ass people. But they would still look to me as if like I had some control over what was going on in my, I guess what they consider my friend group or my circle. So it came a point in time where I had got promoted. I was like a part-time, like on like contract or whatever. It wasn't anything permanent yet. So the discussion came about what would be my next steps in my progression in this job. So the understanding was that I was supposed to be making full time, get my raise, then me get my days and my vacation. I'm ready. Went through all the paperwork and did all of this, and he called me in the office and was like, oh, I think we made a mistake, or there's been a misunderstanding. And I was like, misunderstanding? And he was like, yeah. He was like, no, we weren't making you full time. They were supposed to be making you permanent part time. I was like, oh. And immediately, like, tears started like streaming down my face. And he was like, oh, let me give you a tissue. He's like, I don't want you to be sad. I don't want you to cry. I said, no. I was like, these aren't tears of like me being sad or anything like that. That's not what this is. Like, not at all. What the tears were for me, it was just all the years of I had been wanting to cuss your ass the fuck out. But I didn't, because like Tanya said in her comment, I'm managing my feelings to manage your feelings to make you feel better and to make my presence around you more palatable. Because how dare I raise my voice, or how dare I actually stand up for myself in any way, shape, or form other than what you feel or deem to be appropriate, because I didn't want to be the angry black woman. I was already the biggest girl there. I was already the tallest girl there. I already had dreads down my ass. I was already pulling up in cars that looked like they fit the description. So you already had this mindset of me, so I couldn't really let loose on your ass. But that particular day, I didn't give two shits or a damn about how he felt my response was going to be, because I needed him to understand, sir, there's nothing permanent or part-time about me. You can't put them two and me in the same sentence. Now, I was part-time to work my way up, but I don't see up being permanent. Permanent means we stopping here. We're not going no further. Light red. Don't go. Turn left. No, bitch. No. So I very nice, nastily as possible, let him know in that office that day, like, where my loyalties lie. And my loyalties lie with myself. Please don't get so caught up in the fact that I have been somewhat professional with you motherfuckers to think that I won't come out of a bag. Because sometimes you do, like, you really have to, like, I literally had an incident just yesterday. Went to work, couldn't log in all day, literally 8 hours. Now, with my job, if you're working from home, if you're having technical issues, after 2 hours, they want you to come into the office. So after 2 hours yesterday of technical issues, I said, so now I can go home? Oh, no, we need you to stay here. We need you to stay here. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I really just said the shit because I was just bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying some shit just to say some shit. So now, this was coming like every 15, 20 minutes. Somebody else kept coming to my desk. Did you try this? Yes. Did you try this? Yes. Mind you, I'm putting in a group chat all day, updating everything that I'm trying to do. I've been updating. Y'all see it in there because I can see when you see it. It's like a text thread, but I can see when you see the shit. So why the fuck? So I get off work at 7:30 at night. At 7:15, a motherfucker had the nerve to come up to my desk and see. Let me see if I can troubleshoot one more time. At 7:15, bitch. At 7:15.
Politely, you have to stop. Well, how do you say it? Respectfully at 7:30. I'm out of here.
Right. Disrespectfully, bitch. No. I told him, I said, let me just say this, because the young man who came, I really don't have an issue with him per se. He's newer to the clique, but I had to just be I try to be as composed as possible. But like Tanya said, I really wasn't trying to manage my feelings. I was being more respectful of the people around me, that they didn't need to hear me go off like that than I was me in my conversation with him. Because at this point now, to me, it now is past the point of you trying to figure out how we get me back in the system. Because I've been here 7 hours and 45 minutes, and y'all bitches still haven't been able to figure it out. So at this the fuck point, I suggest we just let it go for the day and we start the fuck over tomorrow. But if you still coming to my desk at 7:15, to me, this is now an attack on my integrity. Because now to me, you saying I'm just a lazy black bitch sitting here and don't want to fucking work, and I'm making any excuse not to do that, when you know for a fact it was your system. Because there was another young man who was having the same issue I was having. As a matter of fact, he had been having it longer than me because he was still there, and he had been there since 10:30 that morning trying to get into the system. Now, this motherfucker, I had seen on several occasions, he was walking around, kissing babies, shaking hands, like he was running for motherfucking office. I ain't see a bitch go to his desk more than once to ask him, was he still having issues? Nor did I see a bitch asking him why he was walking around doing all his conversating and visiting with folks who was actually on the job working, where his seat was and where he was in his troubleshooting. We didn't ask tall white man this. We gonna ask the black girl. Y'all gonna keep coming to me? Like I told him, at this point, I feel like you coming for my integrity and my work ethic. I said, you got in here 1 hour in this building, 1 hour after I clocked in. I said, how many times have you looked over at my desk and I not been sitting right the fuck here? I got up for my 2 breaks and I got up for my lunch break. And I wasn't even clocked in, so I could have been going on break for 2 hours and you bitches would have never known what time I actually really left. But I actually took just the same fucking ass 30 minutes you gave me, and I took 17 minutes because I had to pee and my pussy fat, and I had to wipe. So other than that, bitch, I've been right here where I supposed to be, massa, this whole time. I didn't go over to the other plantation or nothing. I just sat right here and waited for you to bring me my porridge and hog maws for dinner. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
I'm sick of you.
But I'm not supposed to say nothing, because if I say something now, I'm fucking angry. But I am fucking angry. Why is it not okay because I'm black that I can't get angry? I'm supposed to just sit here and take y'all shit?
Politely, look, disrespectfully, I'm clocking the fuck out right now.
Okay. I know I missed a lot. Hey guys, I missed a lot.
We missed you a lot.
My ragged ass phone.
It ain't been just your phone, girl. How many times you done got kicked out, Auntie?
6.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
glitching
surprised they
all
don't
day,
kick
huh?
me out and left y'all here.
So you've been glitching all day, huh?
Yeah, it's been like it was doing the same shit last week too. I don't know what's going on with IG. That's okay though, because don't worry, IG family. That's why I need y'all to get these follows up. We about to take this shit to another platform. We gonna go up. This was a good beginning. It was an amazing start. I'm super excited about what has happened in the end of 23 going into 24. But baby, talk your shit. Say it's okay. They just require us to be tasteful and intasteful in our anger. Yeah, you know what? That's true. That's true. Like it's okay as long. I remember, um, I remember a girl that used to work with me when I had cut my dreads when I came back to work. She walked right past me. She didn't know who I was. So we was friendly, right? So it's kind of like, damn, bitch, you ain't gonna speak this morning. Good morning to you. I said, I ain't sleep with you last night. And she heard my voice and she turned around. She was like, Ro? I was like, yeah, bitch. Same one you saw yesterday. She was like, oh my God. Oh my God, you look so different. She was like, you don't look as ethnic as you used to. Bitch, hold up. Let me show you just how ethnic I still the fuck am.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
what? She was like, when
What
you,
is that supposed to mean?
she was like, with your braids, you just looked a little bit more aggressive. I said, braids? First of all, bitch, I had dreads. I said, if you know anybody with braids and they had that long, call the law. Because that should be a motherfucking crime. Because, bitch, they got all kind of spiders and everything else living up in them motherfuckers.
Oh my
I had these
gosh.
bitches for 12 years. You think I ain't washed and did my hair in 12 years, you raggedy bitch. But see, I couldn't say that. Because now I'm angry.
Because some people really just don't know. They just don't know for real in real life.
I bet that bitch know now though. I bet she'll never call another dread or bitch. I bet she won't never comment on no shit like that. I asked her, I said, why would you say that though? She was like, they just kind of gave you like this rough and tough look. Bitch, my shit was always nicely done. I never really was one for the whole twisted down to my scalp, that clean look. I always like a little bit of something to the top of my head. It was never nothing that was unneat. It was just not like palm thin ready. Because I didn't want to break my hair off. But I always still presented myself, I thought, in a semi-professional way when I went to work. I worked in a call center, so who the fuck finna be going there in three-piece suits, first the fuck of all. But at the end of the day, like, I know people who have thought that. People think that of me all the time. Like, I don't know why people think I'm this angry, nasty person, but I never been her.
They be
I'm
thinking
probably,
I'm nice until they fucking cross me. They be like, "Oh,
I know you're crazy.
I thought you was all fun and games," and then when I finally
Sharon
snap, they
crazy too.
be like, oh my God, somebody come get her. Like it's plenty of
Sharon got
time.
Sharon got a switch, and she carried that switch in her purse. So just in case you forgot, she just take it out and flip that bitch and
Because you
take
know
off.
why? With me, I've learned that I don't have a like I don't have
That's
a
why
Don't
she
tell them
laughing.
all my secrets.
I don't have a gray area. You know what I mean? Like I'm either hot or cold. I'm black or I'm white. Like it ain't no gray areas, and so that's why I'm one of those. I think it was Tanya who had said it earlier. Like I hold my shit in. I internalize it until I just can't no more because I know me. Like if I'm saying something and you keep on taking it, all it do is take for you to raise your voice at me one time, your tone to change. Cause now I'm ready to fight at this point. My heart started beating real fast. Like you can see that shit through my goddamn shirt, beating so
Yep.
fast. I start shaking, all that kind of stuff. Like now, and it happens so quick because when those smiles stop, because it's been plenty of times. Let me tell you, I almost got fired like 2 times now at this damn job in like the last 3 months because working at these insurance companies, these policyholders be feeling like they can talk to you any kind of way. And I be having to let them know, baby, I ain't collecting your money every month for it to cover shit, and I ain't write the goddamn policy. But what you're not gonna do is get on this phone and be yelling and screaming and cussing about what these motherfuckers did. Well, fucking shit, goddamn, ma'am. Here's what we're not gonna do.
That sound like the other color.
Right. Right now, one of them was a black girl, one of them was a Mexican, one of them she was definitely white.
Oh, and them
But
Hispanic baby. Ooh, child.
they think they white too. But let me tell you something.
Confused.
I let them know
They hate
very
y'all
very
too.
quick. I let them know very very quickly. I said, look here, here's what we're not gonna do. You're not gonna continue to raise your voice at me. I'm only trying to help. But you got one more time, and I'm gonna politely disconnect this call. Well, I'm not yelling and blah blah blah. You won't let me. I said, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call you back when you can speak to me in a calmer tone, and we can carry on this conversation like civilized adults. But right now, I'm gonna disconnect this call because the last time I said, look, what you're not gonna do is keep on accusing me of some shit that I didn't do. And my
Didn't
manager was
do.
like, hey, I know you're probably right in everything that you're saying, but you just have to say it
Hey,
a little
Nikki.
differently. I was like, I'm not saying shit differently because if you want to talk to me crazy, and I told him this, I disrespectfully. So I said, look, y'all do not pay us enough to have to deal with these people
Well, I need
and
to
let
switch.
them talk.
I need to switch employment with you guys
Girl, you
because
don't need
I
to.
was just gonna ask Sharon
because
because you
you
got to deal
know
with a parent.
it's
You
the
got to deal with a parent.
children that the children
See,
have no filter. The parents get on my fucking nerves. But you know,
Tanya,
we
I'm
I'm
the
count
same way.
I'm counting down these 3 days for this Christmas break. But all I can say today been a day. I guess it's this Mercury retrograde. We're gonna blame it on that
Baby,
because
Mercury been in retrograde since goddamn June.
really, and then just don't want to go away. But dealing with it's so different in education because you got to have this. I'm sick of the straddling the fence stuff because they don't care what they say to you, and then they say, well, I send my child to school, yes, but we try to teach. We're not a daycare, and I think what happens when you're dealing with parents that have multiple children, and they feel like, oh, well, you can't handle that. So I know I've seen situations on people like in social media was talking about that, but this thing is real. It's the kids that we have to guard ourselves from because they have no filter. They cuss in front of you. You know how you back in the day we used to be like, oh shit. Then you be like, oh, you're gonna stop and they keep going. They don't care who's standing there. They don't care how old you are. They don't care what your status is. They do not care. So I'd be like today, I had a student, and I told him, I said, I hope you have come in here with a better day tomorrow. He told me, nope. I said, well, stay your ass at home then. And he looked at me like, I'm like, you been cussing all damn day. I'm sick
Right.
of it.
so you say one word and
Don't
then
be
all of a
shocked
sudden,
and
okay,
appalled
go.
now.
I am sick of it. If you can curse and getting over court, I'm gonna curse too. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you
yeah.
how I feel. I told him he would get on the bus. I said, I hope you just stay your ass at home anyway. We ain't doing that. Stay your ass at home. And he turned around like, okay, I'm sick of talking to you trying to be nice and cordial, and you still shooting the shit out here, still making yourself look stupid like um a fucking clown.
I feel
And
like
then
black people be the
we
one who
called the
push stuff the
parents
most of it.
twice. We called the parents. They were like, well, can you put him on the phone or put them on the phone? I'm like, what the fuck that gonna do? Nothing.
No, can you put his ass on punishment, bitch? Beat his
Cause
ass
he,
or something.
cause he gets on the phone and his daddy, he would say, so I send you to school to do one thing, right? That's to learn, right? He was like, yes. He was talking about, so you gonna do? He said, no. He was adamant about being
Oh,
an asshole today, and I said, well, you gonna be an asshole out of my class.
oh no.
So these kids have no filter, and they come and it's young. I'm middle school. I'm 6th, 7th, 8th grade. These children don't give no. They don't care.
They don't have no chill at
They
all. Like
they
you said
don't they
though,
don't care. They
because
don't
when we was
care.
growing up, it was
They
certain
don't
things
care.
that we would not do. We just wouldn't. My friend said she almost fought a
Well, I
third
once
grader
fought a
one
4th
time.
grader when he kicked me in my stomach, and I was
Girl,
about to slam his ass into the trash can in the cafeteria. Sometimes you just have to kind of like, what was if my child and my child ain't doing this shit. It's y'all children.
right.
So it's changed so much to where that's why so many people leave in education because they don't have a voice.
And
And
not only that, like y'all don't get paid. Y'all don't get paid enough for the job that y'all are went to school
baby,
for, that you had the passion for.
they
You
pay
damn
us
sure don't get paid enough to
peanuts
raise
and
somebody else's
elephant, but
kids.
they'll pay a basketball player millions of dollars, but somebody had to help him get to where he is, and they don't look at the stepping stones and how this has
It
become
would have been my
so
last day. I know that's
filtered.
right, Tanya.
Right, this education is so filtered. It's not about education anymore. It's about
Nope.
stats and dollars.
That's it. That's it. And how do we get to the next level of more stats and more dollars?
That's a pipeline
We
to
need
prison. You feel
teachers
me?
and
I don't care what
educators.
nobody say. This educational system now is a pipeline to prison.
Yeah, I remember one of this guy who I used to talk to back in the day. He's a teacher now, and so probably like a couple of years ago, he was like, "Yeah, I study teaching, blah blah blah." And so he teaches, I think 11th or 12th grade, like literature or something. And I was like, "Oh my God, y'all reading The Great Gatsby and all that or whatever?" Because let me tell you something, I am not a reader, and when I say I'm not a reader, like bitch, I don't even like reading the notes at work in the system. I hate reading. Like play it for me, like record that shit and let me press play, right? And so I was telling him, but those are books like I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing, To Kill a
Hmm.
Mockingbird, The Great
Yeah, I
Gatsby.
have
Like
that. I
those were
love those
books.
books. Yes.
Those were books that I actually enjoyed, and then
Right.
and they had the movie version, so we seen both, and I really really liked them. And he was like, "Girl, we don't read books no more." I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "No, all we do is prepare these kids for testing, and that's it. Like
That's
everything
it.
we do is
That's it.
leading up
That's it.
to the
That's why
to
the
the testing."
libraries
And
are.
I'm like,
Nobody
what
going to
you
school to be a
mean? Because
librarian
we used to have to go learn how to use a fucking encyclopedia. We still had computer class when they had the big what was it, IBM computers with the green and black screen, playing
What were them things? The
Trail,
periodical cards where you knew how to,
Secret
where you had to go
Trail.
put the book
anymore.
back exactly where it came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah. The
95
Dewey
dash
Decimal
six
System.
seven. Bitch, I ain't no librarian,
Yeah,
huh? Here go the fucking book.
Used to go down
the
out
Dewey
H
Decimal System.
out H over here and all the other kind of stuff. Like we used to have to do all that. Like these kids don't know how to sign their name. They don't know how
I
to
was
Well,
use
gonna say
a
they
right.
don't
computer.
You know, they don't know how to write
signature.
in cursive. They don't teach in cursive writing
They stopped doing
anymore.
that a long time ago.
Um,
They don't teach these kids nothing.
I was before I started at this school, before I left another district, I was a media specialist, the librarian. Ain't nobody going to school to be no librarian no more. So what they did, they turned it into a
No,
different
let me
position
Google.
with technology. So I had to start teaching. I said we need to start from basics because these kids. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at my dog. He want to take over. Um,
He's like, who you
they
talking
don't,
to?
they don't know about a dictionary, a thesaurus, an encyclopedia.
Who?
You like what is that? A dinosaur? I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, exactly. I was gonna say they probably thought it was a damn dinosaur. That's a
I'm like,
shame.
damn, a thesaurus. It's a
Yeah, the
thesaurus.
card catalog.
So
Thank you,
I
friend.
pulled out a dictionary, guy. I can't make this up. I pull out a dictionary, set it on the table. I was like, you got the words at the top, and I'm breaking it down to them. I'm like, we had to look up monkey. We went M-O-M. I'm flipping the pages,
You
and they were
gotta
like,
scroll down with your finger
you got to
for that
scroll
word.
down, and they were like, oh, you old, Mister. I'm like, what the fuck? Your mama old. I'm like, Google is just a digital dictionary. And I said,
That's it.
everything you look up, I said, but what happens when it goes down? How you gonna find your information?
They're
Nobody
gonna be lost.
can.
Can't read a
They don't.
map.
The libraries,
Can't read
everything
themselves
is
out of vodka
digital.
Jordan.
And
Everything is
look,
digital.
they got laptops. They got laptops and iPads and all that now. And some of them kids still don't know how to use those
You know.
to find the information. They are
I'm
really,
trying to
They
say
really
they
don't.
be
behind.
But you
dumb.
know what saddens me is that you get a seventh grader reading on a kindergarten level, and
They
they're
just push them
just.
through.
And I'm like, how the hell did you get here?
But you know what? I think it's sometimes it's the parents, sometimes it's the school district, sometimes it's a combination of both.
I'm
And
sick of it.
and I see that because I say that because one of my nephews, he's on what the 504 plan or whatever, right?
504
And
plan.
like my sister has to fight with the schools, like threaten to go get a lawyer and sue the school district before they start acting on his 504 plan. So while the school system just passing them along because no child left behind and everybody deserves to move
That has
forward,
fucked our kids up.
but not even that though. Some of the and I get it. It's kind of a repetitive cycle. Like these teachers are so burnt out, and the kids
Mm-hmm.
don't want to listen. The parents don't want to do their part. So when they find a child where the parent is actively in their ass, now that parent is a problem because they won't let them continue to be lax
Right.
how they've been
That's
with
the
all the
parent they
other
don't like to
kids.
see coming. That's the parent they don't like
Exactly.
to
So
see coming.
like they can't, like they do not like my sister because okay, I know my child has, behavioral issues or whatever, and that's why he's on the 504 plan. He has
Right.
issues, and but yet y'all aren't providing the proper accommodations that's required by the state of Georgia for his 504 plan, for DeKalb County School District, for whatever it is, and so every time they try to like discipline him, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna play tit for tat at this point because y'all looking for any reason to kick my child out of school. But here's why you're not gonna kick him out: because you ain't did this, you haven't done that, you haven't done this, you have not followed the rules of this plan that he's on,
Mhm.
that's a part of how he's acting, why he's acting the way that he's acting. So
Right.
you can't punish him for having an issue. It's literally a disability, a mental health disability, and you're not holding up your end of the bargain to provide the proper accommodations to get him through what he needs to get through. Now, I will say my nephew is a character as well. So, he's a teenager now, so he's in that phase, you know what I'm saying, where I
Right.
gotta try, I'm gonna try you. I don't care which direction it's coming, but I'm gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a combination of things, but
Right.
you know what I mean? It's not
Right.
that's why I
It's
say
not just
sometimes
the like
sometimes
like
it's
the
the
one like you
parents,
said.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's the school, sometimes it's a combination of both. So
It's a mess. So I see one of my teacher friends, my sister that just joined on the live. She's been in she's a one of the top tier teachers, and I'm not just bragging on her. She's teaching at the beginning at kindergarten, and
I'm
you
gonna
got
be a teacher next year. Fuck it.
and please, we need them, but you got a lot of them that have been in this season in this thing
Hmm.
and are leaving
Yeah.
because they feel like they don't have a voice. I think what happened when the pandemic somewhat left and schools reopened and all of this stuff that we had to do to get prepared for when we was out, and how parents were just so nasty to the fact like there was a whole 1, 2, 3, you blink our eye, we had to be out of there. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get your child prepared. At least you can meet us halfway. They weren't doing that. Half of them weren't even didn't care if the kid logged on. Now when schooling out, now your kids are 3 years behind, almost 4 years behind. You left that responsibility in the school system hands. What kind of shit is that? I'm not. Like they say, everybody say, teaching starts at home.
But you know what? It's kind of it's unfortunate, right? Because I was having a similar conversation, like with our jobs, right? Our coworkers are our family because you see them,
Mm-hmm.
Way
you
more.
spend way more time.
Made more
Those
times, yes.
kids at them schools, those are y'all's kids because they're there majority of their day. Now, I'm not no parent, but I understand how when you still gotta go to work as a parent, you still gotta go to work, right? Because your job being shut down because of the pandemic. They just
Hmm.
put in the spacing, the 6 feet separation, you gotta wear your mask and all this other kind of stuff, right? They put the COVID
Mhm.
protocols in, but they still had to leave their homes to go to work. So when you used to being able to send your kid and your job is like, well, we understand, but we still got a business to run over here. So you basically, as a parent, you got to pick and choose. Do I keep this job so I can continue to pay my bills, or do I go sit at home with my child to make sure they doing what they supposed to do? But also, it was some teachers who was catching them goddamn $19 flights on Southwest and Spirit down to Miami and putting a computer on and not helping them kids because
See, they were like, fuck them kids. They needed a break.
exactly, you know what I'm saying? So
But
while the
then
kids was
they
logged on,
caught
they was
on to
doing
that. You know what I'm saying? They caught on to that because ain't no way you can teach without your camera on, or you trying to give them a lesson, or however you had to set up. You had to be good at what you was doing. But at that time, that was the only break that they probably had. Because you got to think about it, when these kids are out of school, we still in the building.
yeah.
They be out on 3, 4 days. We probably just have one out of those 4 days, and out of
Well, at
probably
least
20.
y'all get that because we get Saturday and Sunday if you're lucky at our regular jobs.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no win-win. But my thing is, I think now as we keep going and going, education is going to be like something of the past. It's going to be like if we like I told one of
It's
my
gonna be
students,
digitized.
if we was in an Asian country, they'll be lost. They wouldn't have no clue of what to do because them kids are already 10 steps ahead of us. They are already building shit that they're gonna be using in a nuclear war probably in the next few years. Who knows? But at the end of the day, they're no match. But the only thing we can do is give out the passion. It's passionate. It got to be something that's keeping you getting up every morning, going in this place and dealing with these kids, despite how disrespectful and nasty they can be. And it ain't just the kids; it could be your coworkers. Cause these other everybody brain got something going on. But when you got an
Mm-hmm.
administration or leadership that don't give two fucks and they just worry about data, and we need you to push this and see, make sure these kids are all on and all this and all that kind of stuff. We already know then what it's about.
I'm gonna go teach for 6 months and then I'm gonna quit at
They
Christmas
had
Well,
vacation.
go teach for 6 months and
they
let
had
me
this thing.
know.
I
And
forgot.
let me know once you do, cause my profession gonna be no change in 6 months.
Listen, I
What
remember
school
when they
district got
had
the
this
most
was
money?
like years ago, and I don't know if this was like I can't remember if this was like a state law they were trying to do or something they were trying to add in the federal law where they was trying to give teachers guns.
Yeah, oh, it's still at the desk. No, it's they were talking about administration. At least have certain people in the building to have.
Cause for
Let me tell
real,
y'all
if you
something.
shoot my child, I'm blowing that bitch up.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all vote for anything that ever hit the thing, don't you please vote no because all you doing is adding bleach to ammonia, and that shit finna blow the fuck up. You gonna catch it on the wrong day. It's gonna be the right one, but at the wrong time. It's gonna be the parent of that child that's gonna say something, and that trusted official is gonna let off in that motherfucker. Y'all don't want to kids them people to have no guns. What y'all need to do is y'all need to put some bass in y'all voice with y'all kids before they leave to go to school. It's okay
Cause
to
I
tell
was scared
your
to get in
kids to
Now
trouble.
shut the fuck up
you got
and
the
to
base
shut the
in your
fuck
voice and
down.
they turn around with the same base. Bitch, shut the fuck up.
I'm sick of these kids.
Like it's so crazy how like we having this conversation, right? And it's like at our age now, they're not our kids. It's a generation behind us that was having kids in school right now. Because our kids, most of my friends' children are
Graduating
graduating
or on their way out.
Mm-hmm.
or have graduated on their way out, right? So not necessarily us, but the us is behind us,
Our
who
little
kids are
cousins.
in school, right? Our little cousins. So I know that they was there at Nana house. I know they was there at Gma house. I know they was there with Papa. Like, so how did the message get so diluted when it came to them that they just like? Because I just know, like, now I'm speaking. I'm not saying my family perfect, but I know good and
I got the
well
answer to your question,
if
but I'm gonna let you
my little
finish.
cousins them came to school showing out like that, bitch, it'll be five of us up at the school ready. You gonna use your belt? Okay, I thought a bitch said something. It's like a bat signal, bitch. We there on time
I,
and present.
I probably have
What's
an answer
up?
to that. I probably have an answer to that. You know what happened when they changed the verbiage of child abuse?
What is child abuse? Because
Because
I don't
no,
know it, but I
they
guess if
made
I
it to
see it, I
where
know it.
you going up to that school and whooping your child. Now I remember I was in second grade, third grade. Hell, everybody got a paddle in or everybody got popped in the hand with a
I
ruler.
did.
You know what I'm saying? You mess up, everybody getting it. So everybody ain't liking your ass right now because you don't got all us toe the fuck up. But what I'm saying is that what happened is too much government got into the homes saying, oh, you
Mm,
can't do this to your child or you can't do this. You got children, I've heard them out of their mouth at school saying, oh, my mom ain't gonna do that because they know, oh, your mom probably won't do anything because you probably that child that go to my, oh, I'm calling the police
right.
or
Or
I'm gonna,
the parents are scared. They
or
feel like
scared of
they
their
held
children.
hostage.
They're afraid. Ain't no such thing as I'm gonna be afraid of you, and I pushed your big head ass out.
I wish like
But
fuck I
I
would.
promise you, somebody got to go. But see,
I
like
wish
somebody
I
said,
would.
grandmas ain't grandma no more. No, because you got grandmas now. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we don't have those matriarchs like we used to.
Yeah, go get that fucking switch and tear that
And
ass up.
and they say it takes a village, but the people in the village turning their head when your child fucking up or taking out something out the stove. Put that back. You know your mama ain't play like that. Come on back in the house. Or what are you doing? Where you going? Who them is? Ain't nobody in nobody business, but for the right reason. They ain't that
Right.
reason for the wrong reason. But then
Got big mouth about that. Got big
soon as
mouth.
something happened
That's
to
the
little Ray
thing.
Ray. Soon
My
as
thing
something
is
happened to
this.
little Ray Ray. Oh, he was a good kid. You're a goddamn lie. He stole out your pocketbook and you didn't say
My
nothing.
my thing is this, like, I promise you, and I mean this so respectively, disrespectfully, all at the same time. I just think it's crazy. Like, don't call my phone and say, "Hey, so and so passed away. We're gonna be releasing balloons at 5 o'clock on Tuesday." I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I'm not coming, and I'm not coming. I'm tired of releasing balloons. I would rather see hats go up in the air for graduation. I
Thank
would rather have your picture on my T-shirt because you valedictorian of your class, a salutatorian, a bitch you was class vice president, like, I don't want to co-sign any of that because we didn't have to put his picture on the T-shirt. We didn't have to put her picture on the T-shirt. We don't have to release balloons up into the environment and further pollute the air and the waters and everything else. We don't have to do any of
you.
that.
How to do none of that.
All we got to do is turn their TV off, take the tablet out their hands, stop allowing social media and reality TV to raise our children and be the only definition of anything that they see positive. Like you said, I think we had talked about this. Like, you don't even see the type of programming we used to see on TV. The type of programming we saw when we were on TV made us want to do. As a matter of fact, me and Coco was talking about it last week too. It made us want to do more. It made us want to do better. I wanted to
Right.
go to Hillman College, even though it never existed. You couldn't
Right.
tell me it did. So since I looked up Hillman and Hillman one day, I'm like, well, who else is black like me? And I want to go there. Like, we don't even put our kids. I don't remember the last time I heard a kid say I went on a college tour.
Yeah.
They don't.
Mhm.
They don't. They looking for wherever they friends going or whoever got the best homecoming, and I see you there.
Right.
Then they get there, they pledge. Oh, I got a brotherhood, I got a sisterhood. I'm out. See you later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand, like, how we, like, it's the same. Because if it's our kid, if it's the generation behind us having kids, that's the one. It's still a lot of grandmas and grandpas still around here. They still got contemporaries that's here. Like, so when did we stop sitting our kids down in front of them, and when did that stop becoming a priority for us? Like, it was a priority for my mama to show me certain things and put me around certain women because it was something, like, some people are visual people. So
Mhm.
you see it, then you want to be it. Some people you can talk to them about it and you can give them the knowledge and they'll retain it that way. But you have to learn how your children communicate or how to communicate with them, because I think we had this conversation, not just us, just on the show period. We were talking about, like, there being this generational gap and how it's so hard to relate to kids in this generation, in this society. No, they still human beings. They still got the same 2 ears and a brain, 2 eyes, 2 lips, a nose, and they got one ass to sit on to listen while I had this conversation with you.
Right.
But we keep making it always an excuse about how it's this generation. It's not about the generation. It's about the willingness to actually have the conversation, because we as adults don't even have conversations anymore.
Conversation.
You
Right.
open up somebody's text thread, it'd be like A, B, C, D, E, F, Y, O, K, O, M, G, I know you fucking, like, everything is abbreviated. We don't even take the time to sit and talk to each other,
Right.
much less talk to our damn kids. So now you big mad because somebody done kicked your door in. Now it's time for us to get a hold of our kids. Now it's time for us to get our kid off the street. Now it's time for our fathers to come home. But it wasn't like that 5 minutes ago when you was up there mega
Right.
kneesing with
Right.
your 15-year-old daughter
But,
on
but,
TikTok,
but one thing
bitch.
I can say is that I had to learn how to kind of, like, when you're working in whatever you're working in, you have to start how to listen first.
Mm.
Because when you listen and you've been heard the whole story before they even finished it. So you pretty much already know what's going on before, they can even tell you. Because if you just start listening and less talking, I think when we start, like you said, like the y'all was talking about earlier, accountability. We had to hold each other accountable. Ain't nobody holding each other accountable no more.
Mm-mm.
And
Don't, they quick to say it ain't none of my business, but be all in the business.
right, so it's like, what are we missing? And then the more you try to figure it out, the fucking more becomes so overwhelming. And then
You
you
can't
be
even
like, you
take
know what? This ain't it. It don't matter what you do or where you go, whatever position you have, whatever type of employ, whatever it is, it's always going to be something where you just can't get it all completely. But it's got to be when you're dealing with kids, it's a whole different ball game. It's just like these are the future. Supposedly, this is our future, but our
Don't
future
say it.
is
Don't
not
say it,
even being
Tucker.
able. It's
That's
it's
scary.
withering away. So how can we save it? We talking. We everybody
It's
talking about
savable.
okay. You can go. It's very salvageable, and
Very salvageable.
we
Very,
can
very.
do
I
it,
say it's
but we
savable like I ain't never been to school.
I fixed it with yeah. No, I got you. That's a
Thank
bonus.
you, friend. See,
Um,
accountability.
accountability. we ain't nobody. I don't know, but before it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I hate to say that. That's why I
Yeah, 'cause
tell
that's
my
scary.
I tell my
That's scary
son
that
I
this
tell
what we
my
live
son
in
this,
is not rock bottom. This is
right.
scary. If this ain't
I
rock
tell my
bottom, I'm
son
fucking
all the
terrified.
time, Rose. I promise you, I tell my son all the time. It's hard that you have to tell your son this and you have got a target on your back, having 3 strikes. You're a man, a young man. You black, and they don't give a damn about your area code, your zip code, none of that. Your income or what are that? They looking at you, just the physical sense of you. They don't know that you're a scholar. They don't know that you get ready to you'll be at college tuition. You got 25 people lined up ready to sign you up today. They don't know that. They're just looking at the physical aspect of
That's
what you
it.
look like.
It's that
So
slave mentality. They got the
right,
all they see you is a big black beautiful buck, and
that's
they
it.
can take you, and they can make you and mold you what they need to be, and then you gonna get you one. They gonna find you a old wide hip childbearing ass Negro to put with, and then y'all gonna mate, and
That's
y'all gonna have
it.
more big black beautiful bucks, and y'all gonna have more wide hip bitches later on. So just so y'all know, this lady just joined the conversation. She just jumped into the show chat. I don't even know this girl, but she was in my comments and in my email. I'm just kidding. This is my friend from college. We've been friends for a long time.
Hey
I ain't gonna
y'all,
tell her government name, but I'm gonna
it's
call her T. Yeah,
call me breezy, whatever. But no,
breezy.
y'all making so many good points, and it just stuck out. We're talking about the generation and how it's changed. When I say grandmas ain't grandma no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mama is not the same mama that raised me with my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son could do some bad shit, and I tell her, and she be like, "Well, maybe he just had a bad day." What the fuck? Why couldn't I get that kind of pass? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And with the education system, I think, the No Child Left Behind Act, like, it's so much stuff that's going on behind the scenes with our kids, but these kids nowadays think that they don't need education because guess what? Technology says that I could be a millionaire by making TikTok videos, by Instagram, by, you know what I'm saying, YouTube channels doing dumb shit.
That was a direct hit.
And the show is ended.
Why we on my podcast? Ah!
Not
But I
that, but
did go to school first.
And it's
like,
over.
I'm
Good night.
dead.
why do I need to know how to read when all I gotta do is press record? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do
Right.
I need to
Yes.
why do I
Yes.
need to learn how to add and subtract when, you know what I'm saying? If I'm at the cash register, all I gotta do is punch the number in. And I mean, it's dumb. Like, if I give you $1 and say, yo, here, take this, and they can't give you change because they done already put it in a damn machine and don't
Yes,
know.
I
You know
hate
what I'm
that.
saying? Like, what? It, yeah. I just had to say that because I felt passionate about it. Like, we are definitely losing some
I
very,
definitely agree. Yes.
very, very, very important things that we need to teach our kids, even a signature. You know what I'm saying? And when you were
We talked
talking,
about that, yeah.
when y'all was talking about,
You
kids being,
know what? I went and bought one of those tablets, like the kindergarten, where they have when you flip it and it
Huh?
has the letters in it. My son is in high school, and I'm like, sign your name. Sign your name. You can do it on your phone. Sign your name. Learn those in cursive. Because at the end of the day, when you go places, everybody want no initial. Just and you putting a little scribble. That's not a signature.
It's like we two steps from making our mark again. Like We fought so hard to be able to sign our name that now we have just shitted and pissed that away, and now it's okay with just the X. And like you said, or they'll do the top letter, the first letter, then the rest of it just be a line, like it's a heartbeat. But you don't even see that how that line is significant too, because these crackers got you thinking that that's all you is a squiggly line in their grand scheme to milk every piece of your melanin out of you and every your piece of your core and your history and your ancestry and everything. So the more squiggly your line get, the weaker your heartbeat get, the lighter your skin get, and the less ethnicity you have in you, and you dumb bitches just keep letting them take it from you every day. And to the parents out there who are not teaching their children about who they are and whose they are and where they come from, shame on you. Shame on you, because it's funny.
You know what? Maybe you know what?
Doing. She said,
They
stop
don't
talking about
know
me.
either.
No friends.
They don't know.
Accountability.
They don't know. They don't know. Because
Accountability.
they can't teach their children something they don't know. They can't tell them, because I tell my students and I say, find out where you're from. Find out where your grandparents are, you know, even though they probably not be alive, you never probably ask questions. Ask, you know,
my uncle right now is doing an ancestry for us. We need to know.
Right.
I don't know why my eyes are this color. I think it's because my grandfather was Cuban and my great-grandfather was Cuban. My great-grandmother was Indian. I think it was. I know there's some Indian in me. I don't know what tribe. As far as I've been considered my whole life, it's Slapaho tribe. I would like to know the real tribe that it came from and why my hair turns orange in the summertime on the tips, and if enough sun hit it, why it gets blonde. I want to know why my chest rise and my hips spread. I want to know where that comes from. We have to make it okay, and we have to make it something that our kids thirst after. We wanted to know our family. We wanted to know where we came from. Our kids don't have that thirst. They just thirsty, and for the wrong shit.
For the wrong shit.
The only alphabet they really know is YGO or MBA or look.
LGBTQYXZ.
They know that alphabet. They know that alphabet real good, and then that alphabet ain't giving you shit. Sit down and have several damn seats. Like, it's just so crazy that, like, I see kids, because I don't have children. I love all my nieces and nephews. I would say I can't say for the most part. Yeah, for the most part, I got one friend that, man, a little questionable. But for the most part, the women who I align myself with have instilled those principles in their children. And then they also instill those principles in their children. Like, when somebody grown come around and they're part of the clique, that's your auntie. You don't call her by her first name. You don't know her personally, and y'all are not friends. That's my friend who helps me cover you in this world and is part of your tribe and your fence. Respect that. These kids don't respect the fence that we have been to them and continue to be to them sometimes, even when they don't see it. You think what you're doing something big, but you only doing it because Sharon was at Freaknik. You only doing it because I went to Black Beach. You only doing it because we paved the ways for y'all. We trying to show y'all that y'all don't have to do the same dumb shit that we did. You don't have to bump your heads. There are literally kids in high school who have sex tape. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, cut you off, but you know what? When we did those things, when we did that, I think we did it with a little class.
We
did do dumb shit. We just didn't have phones recorded. Thank God.
They had
not even that. Not even that, because it was a code. It was just some shit you knew not the fuck to do.
Right.
You didn't have to pick up the phone and say, don't say nothing, but bitch, now you pick up the phone sometimes and tell your own mama don't say nothing. Society has just leaked in. These kids, here's my thing. We getting mad at kids for not being loyal to this and being loyal to that. They don't even know how to be loyal to themselves.
Right. I think
so how the fuck can they be loyal to the culture?
Because they've been desensitized by social media. They've been desensitized. You know, the things that we see, girls on here pop a pussy and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got a problem with it, but we came from a generation where Luke dancers came out with nothing but belly chains on. You know what I'm saying? So it's acceptable now. It's like, it's iconic. You know, back then it was like, nah, we'll go see the strippers, but we don't want to be the strippers.
Do that. Mama, not for that. And there was also too, though, there was even with the hoes, there was hoes still had a certain level of respect because you respected their hustle. Fuck the whole part of it. You respected their mind and they hustle because they was hoeing for a reason. They wasn't just hoeing for bags. When nobody hoeing for the gram. Them bitches back then, if they was selling pussy, they was selling pussy to feed their kids, or they was selling pussy to get this rent so that Section 8 fell through. That's what the fuck we was selling
Yeah,
pussy for. We was
after
selling
dark,
pussy with a purpose. You dumb bitches out here selling y'all pussy for $40. $40. You know how high gas is? You know how expensive bread and butter is, bitch? You can't afford just to be selling your pussy for no $40. At least let that nigga hit you off with a Hyundai so you can go at least to the grocery store and feed yourself for the rest of the week. Put a little gas in your car. But you dumb bitches, y'all around here fucking on poles for free. And that shit is stupid. Listen, your vagina is your big cash cow. That is the highest level of currency and I don't give a fuck what country you stay in. Pussy had the same value, bitch. Top dollar. Stop giving these low budget ass, don't deserve ass people your top dollar ass pussy. Because as soon as you give them your pussy, they got your mind. And then, bitch, once they get your mind, you have no place else to go, you dummy. I say dummy respectfully because I don't know your name individually, hoe. That's why I called you a dumb hoe. I don't know your name individually. Stop letting someone else put value on yours. Like Pat said, be a top notch hoe. Don't let nobody place a value on your shit and tell you what your shit is worth. I don't give a fuck if you walked in the store and saw a picture of you with $1 million tag on it. You rip that $1 million tag off and say, bitch, too low. Not yet. Bring that shit up a little bit.
Don't wait a minute, hold on. Don't be building bitches' heads up because you got some low budget coochie out here now.
They don't have to be low, but they low budget because they done destroyed the property value. We done destroyed the property value.
Right. You
went from the penthouse to Section 8 on some ain't shit dick, and it gave you some ain't shit waves. Because every time you let me tell you something. This is what they gotta realize. These young girls out here fucking out of both pants legs, but they not fucking with power because you allowing that man to insert his penis in you and download whatever it is that he wants you to think about you and yourself. And bitch, you don't even have a nerve to go get the virus cleaned out, you dumb bitch.
Bro.
You just sitting around here churning and burning and don't know why and listening to your friends, bitch. If you have crabs, shaving your pussy hair is not the end of it. Take your ass down to the clinic and go and get that special medicine so you can wash up real good. If you peeing and it's burning, it's not because you scratched your pussy too much. It's because you have a yeast infection or a UTI, bitch. You hoes won't even go get yourself looked out at. Most of you bitches don't even know you have 3 holes, you dummy. You let him fill up both of them, the ones you think you got, with nonsense, and then you keep spitting out more nonsense. By spitting out, I mean the next generation. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this one, and it's not gonna be popular opinion. But, bitch, every time you get pregnant, sometimes they may not need to come to fruition. Some of them babies you need to go send straight back to Jesus because you know you ain't shit, nor is a sperm you came in, you ain't shit. Don't bring another ain't shit baby here in this world. Send them back to Jesus. And I said it. I said it.
Okay, now that we're going to bring the benediction on in, let's close it.
Send that baby back to Jesus. I know I would have. Nah, suck it, swallow it, or yank it. I don't give a shit. But you knew that pregnancy was poison the minute you conceive with that sick dick. Get y'all ass some help and be realistic. Sisters, hold your friends accountable. When you see that bitch going down the aisle with them furry slippers on and that motherfucking bonnet, you snatch that bitch back, please. Cause that's all the fuck. Let me tell you something. It's a bitch that work up the street from me at a motherfucking 7-Eleven. This bitch have on a bonnet every motherfucking day. What's the purpose of you wearing a bonnet? Ain't the bonnet supposed to be to protect your hairstyle so it look nice longer? But you got your hair done to look good when you go out. But bitch, we never see the hairdo. By the time you take the bonnet off, bitch, the cap done slid way back here somewhere. And now you walk around with your head all scratching it. It's the most back. That's what I'm saying. Like we done fell so far back, we done forgot the whole orders of life. You get your hair done, you wear your bonnet when you go to bed when he blow your back out, or you get you a silk motherfucking pillowcase. And I ain't got no hair, so no need. But you bitches spend all that money on hair, but you won't spend a damn dime on no damn cent. You ain't trying to get comment or sense a damn day in your life, and y'all walk around here and be mad, talk about how a bitch don't respect you. We don't respect you because you don't even know who the fuck you are, sis. You don't even know. You don't let social media in the world know everything that you are.
Some people need to walk around with a mirror. Some people need to walk around with a mirror.
So some of y'all need to walk around with a warning sign.
Code
Warning.
enforcement.
Oh,
Yellow
just
tape.
saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yellow
I'm
tape.
just saying.
You got,
Listen. Listen, Sharon, I already know what you're finna say. But before you say it, because she gonna say something smart and I'm finna say something dumb. Fuck these bitches. Let's just put their ass on a boat and send them back to the bad pussy island. And then let all the good pussy bitches stay here. But go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
okay, for those that didn't understand what she said, let me break it down to you.
She said the bonnet is a warning.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Put it on, sis.
It's okay. You home. You home, sis.
Though.
Put it on, sis.
I'm dead. I'm
Okay.
dead.
I think we might be coming to the end. I think because we have said the benediction, the prayer. We only thing we haven't done is took up donation.
So my cash app is $TOMMEETTA STEWART. That again, that's $TOMMEETTA STEWART. My birthday coming up, Christmas coming up. You just want to support my podcast coming up. However you want to cash at me, I'm good. I don't do Zelle. So you can cash at me or I can get you to my manager information. You can send it to our account either way. I'm really bullshitting, but I'm serious. Like, if you want to send me some money, I'm never going to turn it down.
We got to support the culture. The culture.
My merch will come out. You buy my merch. I figure that support too. I take it any way I can get it. Tiffany, thank you so much for coming in. Tuck, I appreciate you. Know what I'm saying? Let me just say this. I love Tiffany.
I love
She know more about me than I know about myself. She knows the dirty.
Go write a tell-all book.
Honey, it ain't enough trees in the forest.
It'll be a bestseller for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But she is definitely a friend who holds you accountable. So I appreciate her and I love her for that. And let me give her flowers now because you never know. But I would say for Tuck, I have known her since April, and she has been the same. I say that bad. She has gotten better every time I'm in her presence and I encounter her. It's always such a pleasant experience. And, you know, people sometimes say they're going to be one thing and they're going to do one thing, but they don't always do it. Tuck could have easily came in tonight, couldn't get in, and just said, fuck that shit, school ain't for me, and went on by the rest of her life and said, I'll catch her on another time and another day. But she actually hung in there, and when her technical difficulty was over, my dog hopped right back in with all her good sense and good talking ass, Brady ass conversation, and she brought that shit right to the table. So I appreciate you ladies. I appreciate you, Rich Auntie, for sticking in. She definitely did me a solid because she definitely got kicked out about 6 or 7 times easily. But she kept coming right back. It's that kind of support that we need in our communities. This is the kind of love that we have to have for each other. I met Rich Auntie one time. I met Tuck one time, and it's been up ever since then. We never have had to qualify it or quantify it. It just always being what it has. It don't take nothing to support your fellow man, your sister, your brother, whoever. Sometimes all you gotta do is just send somebody a text and say, hey, I was just thinking about you, just want to make sure you were okay. We have to do better by ourselves. We got to do better by ourselves and about ourselves. Every other community in this world seems to get it but us. Everybody else seems to understand that together we are so much stronger. It's like, you know, they always say if you got a fist, you can slap the shit out of somebody, but you ball that fist up, bitch. Ball that fist up and see what happened. We're so powerful and they fear us so much. That's why they have to appropriate everything that it is us. It's almost like that movie on Netflix, Who Cloned Tyrone. Like they really literally are doing this to us, and we sitting there and we giving them every opportunity we can because
Actually
we
giving
gonna say the fuck out they jail. We gonna say the fuck out
Mhm.
they court system. And you could say, oh, the system is designed against me, but at the end of the day, they really can't do nothing to you if you don't give them a reason to say nothing. Keep them crackers out your motherfucking business and you'll be straight. I done been to jail, but it wasn't because I didn't do nothing. I did. I just thought I wasn't gonna get caught.
Facts.
Accountability, my nigga. I can't say them crackers put me in jail. I put my black ass in jail. Now, cracker came and got me. But I put my black ass in jail. You got to take responsibility for it, and then how do we figure out how do we become better people and we move on from it? Don't let that define who you are. Everybody makes a mistake. We are all going to stumble. That's what the grace of God is all about. You stumbling and giving you something light to pick your feet up and keep going. It ain't always gonna be easy, but if you just really just get in touch with your star player, who is yourself, and stop worrying about why everybody else is thinking of how they feel about you. Fuck it. If you like white men, like white men. If you like to roll your neck and be a little ratchet, own that shit. Own it and make it yours, and stop letting somebody else put that shit on you. But if it ain't you, don't let somebody put it on you either, because sometimes your silence is your agreement to the bullshit. You have got to stand up and say something. I love you. I'm really working on me. God loves you, and I'm still working on me. Thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with me. At the end of this month, we'll have a live show. We're going in studio. Get your tickets. Fly in. Come on. We want to do a live show. Because it'll be my last show in the state of Florida for a very long time. Hopefully, God willing. Yeah, girl. Come on, Mississippi. Let's go.
Oh, you'll be closer.
I know, friend. We can meet up. Yeah, so excited. Yes. So listen, Erica, get out my comments and get on my show. Tell me what Tuesday you want to do, or hell, come to the live show. I don't know. Either way, get out my comments and get on my show, girl. I love her. I can't wait to come on my show. She is such a sweet human being. She has such a good spirit. I cannot wait to have a show with her. But thank you, ladies, again for giving me of your time, your talents, and your integrity. God bless y'all, and good night.
Good night.